Hello. Um, Tanya and I are going to be streaming, working on projects, but she's had to run do something real quick. So I'm just going to start by working on this. This is the completion. I'm completing a project I started in a stream with Kathy's World. She did a stream for the some of us with the Defy Disabled Artists Foundation's design team, and we did projects, and I started a project there, and I need to go ahead and finish it and get it mailed to Care so she can put it in the auction. So that's what I'm going to work on, and Tanya's going to work on um, a project that's leftovers from something else, and then she may do some jelly plating. I don't know what I'm going to do after I finish this project. I don't know how long it'll take me to finish this. So, hi Terry, hi Teresa. Um, my project is I'm finishing. I made a. I'll just show you what I already made, and then this is to go with it. It's going to end up being a giant roll instead of a just a snippet roll. It's a giant snippet roll. Anyway, there's the um, spool it's on, and this is what I've made so far.
That is beautiful, Lisa. Hello, Terry and Teresa and Becky.
Hi Becky, I'm glad you're here. So this is what I've done so far, and I'm gonna add to it, so it's gonna be more like a cake than a roll. I
Well,
think
that's
when I
all
get
right.
finished.
I think a cake will be fun, don't you?
I think so. The second um, portion of it, this one's pink and white, just pretty much all pink and white. The second one is going to be kind of a teal or turquoise, and put that back in there so it'll stay clean. And so this is going to be my base fabric for the turquoise and teal one.
Oh,
And
that's
then I
pretty.
have these things that I'm going
You
to
might want to make yourself bigger so they
use.
can see. Hi, Dorothy and Lori.
Well, I might sometime later, but right now all I'm going to do is glue this lace on top of this.
Okay,
That's not going to be very exciting. So
that's not gonna be exciting. Hi,
not
Janet.
going to be
Here.
exciting. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Janet. I'm glad y'all are here.
Lori's
Hi,
here
Laura.
too.
Do what?
Lori's here too.
Yeah, I just saw her late. Hi,
Oh,
Lori.
okay.
Glad you're here. Um, I do need to trim this lace a little bit because it's that edge was raggedy.
Lori, I don't know who you call pomegranate. Look at how filthy dirty I tried to clean my fingernails. They're just filthy. I don't know. It must be all this. I'd like to say it was all the yard work I was doing. Ha 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 ha. I
It's
haven't
all
done
the
yard work
inking. Are you
in
inking a lot?
forever. Uh, well, it was alcohol ink.
Oh, well, that lasts forever. It doesn't come off like other things do.
Yeah, it does not want to come off. So hello, Whispering Cauldron. That's Carol. Hello, Carol. And
Hi,
Patricia.
Carol. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Patricia.
And I am gonna jelly plate later, but I told Lisa in cleaning up, which I'm trying to clean up. I am trying. I found these little kits that I had made up for what do you call that? Come on now, behave yourself.
Yeah,
For
you just told me and I can't remember.
take and take at the library. And so I am going to finish up these little booklets and so that they're done. You know how that goes? 10
Yeah.
pieces of paper is too many. It just sticks out all over everywhere. So let's take a couple out.
Okay. See
See if it's better. So I'm going to finish those. I'm going to make a card, and then I'm going to jelly plate. So,
Sounds good.
but I just decided it just, I could stick everything in I could stick this paper in my bits paper, but I had already cut white paper to go inside of it, and I just decided I would just go ahead and do something with it. I had even punched little flowers so that they were punched ahead of time. And
Hi, Barb. It's good to see you. I hope I haven't missed anyone. If I have, I'm glad you're here.
yep, hello, Barb. Barb, is it still cold as all get out up there? I'm guessing it is.
Well, Mom and I went for a little walk today. She's got enough strength back. We could walk several blocks and back.
Well, awesome.
And it was very pleasant. I can remember, though, in years past, which this made me a little sad, I to be honest, but maybe she'll get back there. But I can remember in years past walking with her anywhere, and she likes speed walks. I mean, the grocery store, it doesn't matter where you are. She's, and I'm just struggling to keep up. Well, today wasn't like that. Today wasn't like that. Which, is kind of sad because it means that she is declining a little bit. But I'm hoping that she'll be back to where she can walk faster than I can. Um, but it was nice to go for a walk with her and get to visit a little bit. And since we were outside, we felt like we could talk without worrying.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Janet wants.
the base I'm doing here.
Janet wants to know what you're doing, hon.
I'm making another part for this. I'm making a snippet cake instead of a snippet roll. So I'm adding another piece. And that one was pink and white. That's the one I did when I was on with Kathy last Friday or Friday before last. And then this one's going to be turquoise and cream. So.
Oh, good, Barb. I'm so glad you're getting some warm weather. Well, we're getting a lovely little storm. It actually rained for 5 minutes.
We need that so bad.
So do we. We don't need
to going to last night. Hannah got Mom's yard mowed, and Darren had to look into something on my car, which is going to need some more work. I'm so frustrated.
Oh, no.
Anyway, they came in last night, and Darren was like, "Well, I'm glad I got that done before it rained." Well, it just did what it always does. It kind of went, or if this is Amarillo, the rain kind of goes like this.
Yep, that's what it does here too.
Just completely skipped us, and that's frustrating.
It's been doing that here. We usually get rain, but it's not lately. And Dorothy said it's been raining all day.
Oh, well, Dorothy, I wish you could send me some. You could send half to me and half to Tanya.
There
or
you
a
go.
third. If you still need some, you can keep a third of it.
There. Okay, so that's just a little. Cute. They're just little, notebooks. They have a little pocket in the front so that you can put some stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I figured, my mom has little friends at her at the senior center, so I thought, well, I'll just give them to Mom, and she can when she gets to go back to the senior center. I did find some fun stuff too. These are texture plates that I got a long time ago at the thrift store, and they are actually for polymer clay, but they're going to get tested out on the jelly plate later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then I can't tell you how happy I was to find this. This is really old, grungy masking tape.
Cool.
It's amazing what makes me happy.
And it's very thin. I love that too.
Oh yeah, it's just 1/4 inch. This is drafting tape actually. We used it a lot. It wasn't real sticky, So let's see. This is probably from high school. Okay, I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was, but it was a very long time ago.
A few
Very,
days.
very, 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 very long time ago. It wasn't real sticky in the first place. Um,
That's the nice thing about it because you can pull it back off.
right. If you had a line that you needed to put text on and you didn't want to draw a line for some reason, you would put this down very gently. It's kind of like really old washi tape, but it's really old. So now it has no sticky.
So
So,
you'll glue it on and it'll look like really
oh
cool
yeah,
old tape.
I'll glue it on and okay, let's find another one. Oh, there's a pretty green one. Let's do this green one.
Thank you, Janet. I'm not
Maybe
doing
we
very
should.
good at looking at chat. Sorry. I'll try to do better. I'm going to get this layer down and then I'm going to let it just sit a minute and I'm going to have another project to work on for a few minutes while this dries. I just wanted it to dry enough, I can come back and work on it. I don't think it'll take a terrible long time.
Probably
Um,
not.
but I have another project I'm wanting to work on. So,
Janet, I think that they will be make beautiful stamp offs too. I found them in my stash of stuff, so I thought, okay, let's I probably have enough for 4. I'm going to what color did I do? Okay.
okay.
I thought I'd sort of streamline this a little bit because doing them one at a time is kind of silly.
Hey, Melissa. It's good to see you. Glad you're here. Okay. This is the project that I'm working on.
Mhm.
This is an old, well, it's not that old.
Do you want to make yourself big? I'm just going to ink.
Okay. I will for a minute. Actually, I'm not yet. Just a second.
Okay. Hello, Melissa. Uh-oh. Gesundheit. And I'm just inking the edges of these because, I thought they'd look cuter with the edges inked. I told the girls earlier that I was cleaning up and I found some kits I had made for make and take at the library probably 2 years ago. I don't know. But I was like, okay, so I either divide the stuff up and put it back where it belongs, or I finish up some of them. And I thought, I'll finish them up.
I
could
love the
also,
papers out there.
they're wallpapers. They were wallpaper, and out of a wallpaper sample book. Since it had to be something that wasn't expensive because I was donating all of the supplies to the make and take, and I
Right.
didn't know how many people, and we had about 20. For sure, how many people would come. I had to. Now they didn't get to use. I didn't ink. I didn't take ink. That would just have made me crazy. And we used glue sticks to put things together, but
Yeah.
it worked out pretty good. Okay, go ahead. I interrupted you.
That's okay. Hey, Melissa. Um, I can't remember if I said hi to you or not, but I'm glad you're here. Okay, let me go ahead and. Okay, this is it's a photo album, and I'll show you. It has pages like this,
Okay.
and I thought I was just going to take the plastic off and do collages on there,
Mm-hmm.
but when I tried to take the plastic off of this, it did not want to come off easily. I've done one before where I took the plastic off and it was no big deal, but this one did not want to come off. So I decided to change my tactic, and what I did was go in and just rip those off, and then I've inked all of them except this one. So I will go ahead and ink it so it'll be the same. But I thought it would be fun to have a book where I could add whatever page I wanted to into it. and what
Okay.
I keep the paper for a background just as I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
And so my thought was to just have like make pieces of paper. I'll use this as an example, but oh, let me show you what else I did to get ready for this. I also took these and I put them on my cutter right at the 4-inch mark. And then I cut that part off because this is where it's connected in those
Uh-huh.
little holes. So I cut that part off, and now I've got a 4x6 little piece and a plastic piece that I can use on something else. And so now I have 50 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but the paper's cute.
and
It's
it's
kind
four
of a
by
cream
six.
color. Do what?
It's 4x6.
Yeah.
Well, that makes a postcard.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I could put stuff on top of it. It's not thick enough to send as a postcard right now, but I could put stuff on top of it and make postcards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the back would, look like this. Of course, I could put something on both sides if I wanted to. But anyway, I just got those to set aside, and then I inked up inside the front and the back. Like this, and got those little bits off the sponge still there. But so I'll put something over the top of this.
Mm-hmm.
The Here we go. We could stick that right there.
There you go. That's cute.
And then that will be done for that. I've got some other things I got out of my button jar. When I was trying to get some buttons out of my button jar to use on the snippet roll. Um, oh, and I also had found some buttons that were four. I don't know if you can see that, 4 for $1 from TG&Y.
Ooh,
I haven't had a
TG&Y.
TG&Y in 30 years.
No, no, I remember when they went out of business.
Yeah. So anyway, I've got 2 of those little stickers from TG&Y that I thought were fun. Um, our kids would not know what TG&Y is, but anyway,
Janet
that's okay.
says, and the acetate you can make window everythings with.
That's
And,
true.
and Melissa, I'm not sure what your question is about. Did one of us say something about 1/4?
Your tape is 1/4 inch.
Oh, it's 1/4 inch. Yeah, 1/4 inch. The tape was 1/4 inch. Sorry. Oh,
Do you want me to put you back on so you can show her?
yeah,
Let me
maybe
do
you
that real
better.
quick.
This tape is 1/4 inch wide, Melissa. It's narrow tape and it's really grungy. It's really cool grunge is all. But it's going to get used in some stuff because it just excites me. Not for right this minute, but it does. Oh, that's terrible. When we have things that are so just. Uh-huh.
Anyway, I thought I'd show y'all how I'm planning to put papers in it.
Yeah, I
One
think that
thing
would
is
be.
it's got the same on each side. This place with the lines to
I
write.
was going to say it's
So
kind of like a what do you want to call it? It's kind of like a title page.
yeah, but each every page has that, and so what I could do, I think, is glue by my other paper like onto the back of this or onto the front. I'll probably do it on the
Hmm.
back. And then in each spread, I'll have this, but just
Yeah,
one.
but just one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, I needed to glue that back down. And I think there was another place that it needs some glue.
Is this piece also for the auction?
Well, I hadn't actually planned on putting it in the auction. It was just
Oh,
something I was
it's an,
doing.
okay, well, I just didn't know if it's just another project you're working on.
Yeah,
I
just
just
another
didn't know
project
if
I'm
it was,
working on. I had planned, I thought I was going to work on the snippet roll and another project for the auction. And then I remembered that we're supposed to do, videos that she can tell the hardest where to go and look at and stuff.
oh, uh-huh,
And so I decided, since I had done the snippet roll in one that was dedicated to those kinds of projects, I could finish the snippet roll on here, but I need to do
uh-huh.
separate videos for the other projects. So
Ah, okay.
now, if I decided I wanted to put this in the auction, I could, and it would be okay. I could just tell
Oh,
people,
yeah,
I could, because I'm going to be not finishing it today anyway. So
right.
okay, that one didn't get inked on that sign. Is that the one? Yeah, that's the one I did. Okay, but I didn't go ahead and ink it after I said I was going to. Yeah, I
Isn't
just
it?
laughed. Go ahead.
Yeah, Yep, 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 yep. Mhm. Yep, yep, yep. I have to laugh because, otherwise I would just be crying all the time. Well, Jeffrey found my shelf brackets yesterday. He had
Oh,
to go
great.
back. He had to go back to the store. Now, Mike sent me an email. The sweetness of him sent me an email and told me that he had those brackets somewhere, and he would go dig them out if I told him how many I needed. But I also knew that Jeff had to go back to the store for um, more Quickcrete. So I asked him if he would go to the store over in Pace, which isn't that much further away. It's a couple extra miles, but
Yeah.
not far enough away that it was a big deal. Um, I asked him if he would go over there because the internet said that they had 50 of them. It says our store has 22 of them, and yet our store has none. But supposedly that store had 53, and he said when they found them, they had a whole they had a couple of boxes of them. So he got my brackets.
Well, that's good.
No, Melissa, that tape is old. It's very, very old. It's something that's in my stash. I imagine you could buy 1/4 inch masking tape somewhere, but I have no idea where. I haven't tried to buy anything like that in a long
I have
time.
seen it in the with the drafting supplies at Michael's
Oh, Michael's. Okay,
and
that
Hobby
wouldn't
Lobby, I
surprise me.
think, but it's been a while.
Yeah, that would be a place that I would look because I'm sure that's where it came from. Um, because that's what it was for in the first place.
Come on. I think I had that lace under it and it wasn't
Okay,
working.
Barb, have a good day. I'm glad you're getting outside,
Me
able
too.
to get some stuff done, not being snowed in.
Yes, I'm glad. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, um, well, where's pencil? I'm going to see. Okay, that will only do one because I trimmed off both sides. That's all right. We'll
Well,
just make one out of it.
then you'll have more paper for something else.
Yeah.
That's the
Or
way
I
it'll
can
work.
add on a strip of something else on the top of it and make one.
There you go. Okay.
Okay. And I'm just going to measure it here at both sides. And then I'm going to tear it.
Okay.
Well, I kind of, sorry.
You kind of what?
Well, I was kind of off screen.
Ah,
I think
okay.
I've got my thing a little bit too close here. That does not look even. It's not because because I'm going from the other direction, and I was marking it as if both sides were going from the same direction. I'm glad I realized that before I where did I put that pencil? I just had it. Goodness gracious. Okay.
1, 2.
Glad I figured that out before I got it torn. Okay. So now I've got this piece and I want to put it in here. And then I want to trim it right there. Okay, so I've got some extra paper to use for something else now. And then I've got this that I can glue in here, and I'll have one page to work
One
on.
page. Yay!
Now I'm not sure if that I like all the contrast there. It's probably okay, but I think if I ink this a little bit, I'll like it better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna ink it a little bit. Don't go away.
Are you talking to the pencil?
Actually, that time I was talking to my inking pad thing. It was trying to roll off the table just as I was reaching for it.
Oh dear.
I talk to everything, so.
Yep. Well, I'm glad you do. Okay, so that one is ready. And
Okay, show us. Do a little flip through or something. Let me make you big while I'm inking here. Because I haven't actually I've been doing what I've been doing and not watching you, so I want to see what they look like.
okay. Well, I actually haven't gotten but one done. Okay. I just decorated the front on that one, but what they are is they are these tiny little envelopes. They're like a coin envelope.
Right.
Okay, but they're about the size of. Just a minute. I have a ruler.
Hi, Debbie. We're glad you're here.
Hello, Debbie. They are a hair over 4 by probably a hair over 5 and 3/8. So they fit a quarter sheet of copy paper, right?
Right.
So what I have done is I had some wallpaper and I put it on the envelope after inking them. And then I folded the copy paper. And what I do to make the thing that holds the in rather than sewing it, these are Dollar Tree hair ribbon things.
Are those the thin ones or the thick ones?
The thin ones. These are just the thin cheapy ones. I had a bag of multicolored ones and a bag of black and brown ones, I think.
Well, I've got a bag of black and brown ones I bought hoping to use as ear deals on the masks.
Mm-hmm.
But they are not comfortable. So I'm watching this thinking, okay, I got to make a bunch of these just to use my little hair tie thing.
Okay, well then see, and I think I sent you some of those envelopes.
Yes, you did. So
okay, so here's this one. Okay, it's round on the inside.
Right.
So then you take this one, and I always put the little metal piece so that it'll go in the back.
Right.
And you put it on there, and you tuck the other end through it, like so. And you just pull. That's just kind of like it's a lark's head knot. It's what it's called.
Right. Yeah, we do that in weaving.
Yeah. And then you can use that to keep it closed.
How smart is that?
once I get my papers in there, now come on now, just swiddle around there.
So
Now
this
to
is the exact size of those envelopes.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, that
that
helps
I
me a lot.
yeah, they worked perfectly. And so now I tried to put 10 sheets of paper in there and it was too much. So I just putting 8 sheets of paper in there.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to decorate the front, and I had punched out for the kits. I had punched out some little um, flowery things out of the leftovers of the wallpaper.
Right.
So I'm going to put those on there. And then I have this stuff, this trim from Dollar Tree, the cheapy stuff. And
Yeah.
I just cut it up into little tiny pieces. Come on now, come out of there. And I use that for the little centers. And like I said, I'm just kind of trying to finish up the kits so that I don't I can, I could take it all apart and put it elsewhere, but I thought, I got half of it done. Why not just finish it?
Right. Right. I
Okay,
think on
so
this particular book, I'm going to work from the back
okay.
because I
It might
think
be
that
a
would be the
might be
easiest.
a good idea, because then you're putting your papers in
Yeah.
separate.
So
Um
they can, as I go, they can have something to set on when I'm working.
yeah, yeah. Although, are you going to, the question I'm going to ask you is, are you going to put anything thick in there?
um, well, not for the pages. I am
Okay.
going to do collage on the pages,
Okay, because
probably.
it might get lumpy before you get done.
Yeah, it probably will some, but since it's
Ooh,
made to put photos in, one photo on each side,
hmm
I
It's
think
got.
it's got some space built in. So
I have a question. Is that a post-bound album? How's it put together?
it
Stand it up.
is. Um,
Oh, it
it
actually is. It actually has a binding.
Yeah,
That's cool. But yeah, I think you're going to have some room because it looks like you got room.
yeah. I think it's good. I think it's going to work out. Um,
Okay, Mike. Hello, hello. Mike, thank you so much for offering to send me brackets. But like I said, I sent Jeffrey off to a different store yesterday. He had to go to the store again and he's found even more problems with the fence. So he went out to the other store and they had my brackets. So he got them. But I can't tell you how much I appreciate your offer of finding them and sending them to me. Anyways, I decided I would add a butterfly. The kit didn't have a butterfly in it, but I have butterflies, so I thought I would add butterflies.
that sounds good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and add one more page, and then I'm going to go back to working on my snippet roll thing. Okay, let's see. And I'm just measuring this to be it. That other one turned out to be 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. So I just can measure all my pages 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. When I'm cutting them, that'll be.
Yeah, it'll make it easier. It'll streamline it is what it'll really do.
Yeah.
Is she jogging in the snow, Mike? Because don't you guys have snow?
Okay, let's take this off where it's kind of torn. This paper might not be the best choice, but I'm going to put it in there anyway. Just try to be careful with it.
Um, just when you glue it together, put some other papers on it that are less.
that are less.
I'm sorry. Less fragile, but I sorry I had to read Mike's comment.
Hi,
Uh, first off,
Mike. Glad you're
his
here.
wife is jogging again, so Um, well, I'm glad that there's no snow then, because if there's no snow for you, my kidlet probably doesn't have any snow, and his garden was starting to grow. So, and he needs his greens.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had raised quite such a southern boy, but you know,
Do y'all hear that?
what is it? Is it rain?
No, my next door neighbor's garage door. Okay, our garages are built on a single wall between them. This is what happened when they built the houses in the 20s. There's like two garages right built all together. Okay, his
Uh-huh.
garage and my garage,
Yep.
and the roof is the same on both of them. It's like they were built to, built
Together.
together. Anyway, his garage door, of course, my garage is here and my studio is here. So there's only my garage between me and him. And his garage door got messed up and he's over there messing with it, trying to fix it, I think.
Aha. Okay.
That's the only thing I can come up with for that noise being right where it is and the banging. It was, oh, sorry, dropped my paper.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. Just so
okay.
y'all know, if I blink out and I'm gone, I'll come back if I can. It is black. It is pitch black outside. It's 1:30 in the afternoon, and it is just black as can be.
Well, that's a little scary because that usually means something more than just rain.
Nah, not here.
Oh, good. Well, if it's like that here, we probably got hail coming.
We could have hail coming, but it gets like this. And what's really interesting is it'll get like this, and 5 minutes later, the sun will be out. So
Well, that sounds like us. If you don't like the weather in Amarillo, just wait 5 minutes. It'll
that's
change.
it'll change. Yep, yep.
I remember one day when I was in the ninth grade, and it was still junior high then. It wasn't. I mean, your grades counted towards high school, but it was.
But you were in the middle school is what they call
Yeah,
them.
but they call it middle school now. But when I was there, they called it junior high because, and partly I guess because the ninth grade,
Was there?
counted towards high school. But anyway, now the ninth grade is over at the high school, and they've got sixth, seventh, and eighth grades in the middle school. But anyway, I was in ninth grade, and I was sitting in class, and it was I don't know, a boring class, probably science. I don't know, I was not into science any more then than well, I like it now better than I did then, if we're going to be real honest about it. Um, anyway, the sprinklers, were on outside. We had lots of windows, which was one of the blessings of my school, and the sprinklers were on out there. And so I was looking out the window, and uh, was um, it was actually raining. Okay, first it was just the wind blowing, and then it was raining, and then I got distracted by what I was doing. But when I looked up again, and it was almost time to leave class, it was actually snowing.
Oh my.
And the sprinklers were, of course, going the whole time. Um, anyway, that was the weirdest thing. I was like, okay, we've got dirt, and then we've got rain, and then we've got snow, all within one class period.
Right. Hello, Lolly. Um, Lisa
Hi,
is
Lolly.
working on a little book that she's kind of altering, and a snippet roll. I'm finishing up some kits that I had made up for a class, a make and take class at the local library, because I found them and they just need to be finished. And Then the next thing that Lisa is going to work on is her snippet roll. And
Yeah, I'm gonna put this one more page in here. Oh no, it's okay. I
I'm going
thought
to jelly plate later. And Mike, I will make sure to do that. We the tornadoes that hit close to us the other day were far enough away from us that we didn't even hardly get any wind from it. Jeff expected to have to get up and clean up the mess, and there really wasn't any. So that was a good thing.
okay. Now it's evidently not 7.5. It must be 7 3/4.
Okay,
I kind of like that. So,
washi tape.
well,
If
I
you
kind of
want
like it peeking through there.
okay, well that's fine then.
I may do them irregular on purpose now,
Uh-huh.
since I did it accidentally. Anyway, I'm just kind of showing you that I'm going to put whatever kind of papers I want to in here. But it's an easy way to make a journal without having to do a binding. If you can find an old photograph album that you like, you
I
can
like
tear off
photograph
the,
albums that are post bound because then I can stick my pages in after the fact.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
another time I like them. Hello, Barbara and Holly. And Barbara, I will send you a message in answer to your comment last night. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been busy, if you
Hi,
can
Barbara.
believe
Hi,
that.
Holly. Anyway,
Um,
I was just showing y'all this is what I'm working on. And if I get finished with the snippet thing before our time is up, then I'll go ahead and and do some more.
okay.
But right now, I thought I had a a long piece of ribbon that I was going to put down the middle here, kind of like I did on this one. Let me show you. I don't know if you can even see the base underneath this, but
I'm going
the
to
base
answer Barbara.
underneath this.
Yeah, Barbara, if I don't write it down as soon as I think it, I'm in trouble. So go ahead.
No, that's fine. I put fabric and then I put lace and then I just put this piece of ribbon and kind of zigzagged it on here, and that was my base. And then I made little pieces on here so you could take, just one little bit if you want to off, or you could take a bigger piece if you want it, you could make it as long as you want, as many of these little snippet things as you want. I've never made one before, so I don't know. I didn't go back and watch a bunch of people before I did it. Um, I probably should have, but that's the way I made that part of it anyway. I don't know if this one will be exactly the same, but with different colors and fabrics or not. But I need to find some ribbons, so I'll let Tanya entertain you while I
Oh,
look.
you're going to let me entertain you. Ha ha ha. But it looks kind of like it's little clusters on top of the snippet roll, which is really cool so that you got a lot of options you can do with it. So
That's what I was thinking. It gives you different, you know, you could use them just as clusters, and they're sewn. Each little cluster is sewn in by itself.
yeah.
So if you cut between the clusters, you're not going to cut the threads that are sewing stuff in and have them come unsewn. That was my concern about sewing a layer and then sewing another layer. Now, if you do it on the sewing machine, I think it probably would not come undone. But
Not that bad, probably.
okay, this is some old ribbon that I got at an estate sale. It's for hand knitting. It says 100 yards, and this is French blue, but it's
I've had some of that. I bet you I've had that same color. I don't know if I still have it or not.
woven edge ribbon. It says
Uh-huh.
styled in France,
Yep. I've had some. I've had some. I've had some.
and I spent $1 for it at the estate sale.
I had
But
I had pink and no, yeah, a mauvey pink and that blue.
A mauve pink would be pretty. I have this one and then a bluer one. This one's like sagey, and then a bluer one, and then one that is kind of khaki color. So I got those three all at the same time. Now I'm trying to decide. It was kind of a hassle to do these like that when I did them before, and they really don't show that much. So I think I'm just going to do 2 or 3 lines of it
Yeah, that might be a
down the
good idea.
middle. So, but once again, this is something that I'll get on there, and then it'll have to sit and glue down a little bit before I. So I'll go
It's
back to
good.
my other
I was
book.
gonna say that's why it's good to have two projects going.
Yeah,
Okay, what colors do I want to put on there? Let's see. I got 4 of those. Let's just go for the orange ones on this one. But then maybe some yellow ones on these other 2.
3 since this is so skinny.
Oh, I have to have glasses to cut these things apart.
Are those blings?
Yeah, they're that cheapy bling roll stuff.
Oh yeah,
You know, they
yeah,
work
from Dollar
real.
Tree.
Yep. Well, I don't know which ones were from Dollar Tree and which ones were from elsewhere. I think I've had this one a while, and it's
Yeah, that one
probably
looks like it's a different brand. The other
yeah,
ones with the green circle look like they're from Dollar Tree.
yeah.
And
These
I
are
have
probably
those.
from Dollar Tree. They're both 6 foot, so it's hard telling. I might have gotten this one at Dollar Tree. This is Halloween stuff, so you know it's hard telling where I got them from.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, you don't use hardly any of it when you do this, so it's like it lasts a while.
I'm sure these are not going to be straight, but they're going to be pretty much covered up. So,
Well, that's what matters.
yeah, they're just
And
there.
you know, who's to say your snippet roll is supposed to be straight?
Well,
It's
that's true.
snippets.
Nothing you put on top of it's straight. So,
That's right. I thought they were supposed to be kind of wonky.
well, this one is because I can tell when I'm laying the ribbon down. It's like I don't need to go there. I need to go down here. Hi, Kathy. I'm glad you're here.
Hello, Kathy. I haven't looked up to see. Guys, if there's anybody we missed saying hello, hello. Please know
We're glad you're here.
we're very glad you're here. You know, and honestly, black sky doesn't bother me, Lisa. Green does. So
Ah,
if it turns green out there, I'll be headed for the bathroom. I won't even be waiting to turn the computer off. I'll be gone.
well, we'll hope it doesn't turn green, but at least you
Yeah.
can see it, so you'll know if it does.
Because I can, it's actually a little bit lighter. I can see the cars across the street right now. So, okay, we need some butterflies on these. That's a nice straight line.
Well, it looks straight until I try to lay this down.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's a pretty butterfly on there just because it's brown. I don't know why brown butterfly looks so pretty on there, but it does.
I can't see.
Oh, he's off to the side. He's
Oh,
just a
I like that.
he's just a plain brown butterfly. Kathy, I am making itty bitty little notebooks that I had kits cut for. I said I was going to finish them up, just to finish them, just to get them put away. And so I this was the whole point was to just work on stuff, and I'm trying to clean. I'm sorry, this studio is really starting to bother me.
I understand exactly how you're feeling.
Okay,
I'm feeling the same way in mine.
the brown butterfly, I'm not going to glue it down brown because it's glittery on the other side.
Oh,
So I think I have to glue it down glittery.
yeah, it probably would. The glittery side wouldn't stick very good anyway.
Yeah. But okay, I guess I could call this done because I've used up one part of the kit, right?
What else was in the kit? You
Well,
might.
I'm out of paper. I'm going to have to go cut paper to make more.
Oh, okay.
But I have a whole bunch more of this part of the kit. So I guess maybe I should go cut paper. Get paper
Yeah,
to cut.
go cut some paper.
I can cut some paper. Oh, yeah. I got to just move everything so I have room to
Be
cut
nice
them.
to have a little stash of these to stick in journals and
Yeah, it will. Oh, I hadn't thought about sticking them in journals. Dang. Okay, I got another use for them, so I guess I'm going to just finish them all, right? Okay.
Glad to help.
Yeah,
How,
I might not get to my painting though.
well, hopefully you will.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
Holly, this is a snippet roll. It's
Yeah.
just little snippets of fabric all glued onto a base or sewn onto a base so that you can cut off however much you want. Now, I think usually they're made where you stack snippets all along in layers. I made mine more like clusters attached to the roll. So you can just cut off one cluster or, 3 clusters if you want it to be wide or whatever. Um, I may try to do this one the other way, but this was easy just to hand sew it real quick. You just make a cluster and you sew it right on. And that's why I did it this way. Which is the easiest way to do it if you're not using a sewing machine or you're not gluing it. Now, if you just glue everything down, which I'm perfect, I would be perfectly happy using one that's all glued down in my journals, but this is one I'm putting in the auction, and so I don't know how other people would feel about it. So,
and
why don't y'all tell me?
Like Kathy says, it's little bits stuck to a long piece of whatever, and it's just bits and pieces that you can cut apart and put back together. Lisa, I think both ways are fabulous, but that cluster roll is absolutely gorgeous. Just so you know.
Well, it'll be the easiest way for me to do it is to just do it like that, sitting right here right now. So I'll probably just go ahead and do this one the same way.
Okay, now, does this have to be 4 1/4 rather than 4? Oh, yeah, I have to cut this down a little. There is a little waste, I think.
You're welcome, Kathy. I appreciate you trying to help answer her question, though. That was sweet of you.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to lay it up here. But this is what it looks like right now. It's very vintagey looking at the moment. Hopefully it'll kind of stay that way because that's what I really like. But it's not, so it doesn't matter. Somebody is the different fabrics you have to go on it make a difference. This is one of the fabrics. Isn't that lovely? And then there's just this kind of satiny. It looks to me like it's the lining from a dress. And then here's another piece of sari with some little. It's got. I don't know if you can see that. It's got embroidery and sequins. This one is just embroidery, but some of the threads are metallic-y. And this one has sequins. Excuse me just a second.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I fibbed. Those are not exactly a quarter sheet of paper. So apparently I cut them a little different than I thought. Let me see how that's going to work. I may have to trim this one off. Oh my goodness, yes, I got to trim it off. My husband just said to me, it's so dark outside that the street lights came on.
Wow.
Yeah, but it still doesn't look too green, does it? Okay.
Yeah, these are my colors too, Holly. They're a little greener than they look on camera. On camera, they look bluer, but they're a little bit greener. Anyway, this one has a gorgeous trim along here too. These turquoise fabrics all came from Kathy in the kit. The cream colored lace and the base fabric are stuff out of my stash that just happened to go well with it. Isn't that pretty?
Oh, that is beautiful.
I bet this was the lining to this. Whatever it was.
Whatever it was, yep.
And then here's another piece. And let's see, what else did she send? I think she sent this. I can't remember for sure. I think she sent this too. So that may go in there with it. And,
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. She also sent these little flowers. So I'm going to put those on some of the snippets. And let's see.
Can you see what's going on?
She sent these little things, which will be cute on there. And I think that's the stuff that she sent me, and I'm gonna use those. And then I pulled some more cream colored stuff out of my stash, and I pulled some buttons out of my stash.
I'll tell you what, it's going sideways.
And I'm gonna use those. So, and I may have to dig around and find some other stuff. I'm not sure if it'll fill up the whole roll with that stuff, but we're gonna try. So, yeah, it's a nice day here too. Well, I'm very happy, Kathy, that we're more fun than yard work. Of course, my mother loves yard work, so if she had said that, it wouldn't have been a compliment. Well, it would have been very much a compliment because she loves yard work. But anyway, I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and I'm going to add some more different kinds of paper into this little book. I think this is going to be a fun book to work in once I get the pages in there.
I think it will too. Sorry, guys. I just I out the front windows I can't see real well because the trees. So I wanted to check the sky, and it's definitely interesting out there. So okay, so I cut these too big. I'm gonna have to redo them. I don't know if I can. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely better to paint before the new floor comes, Holly. Do you already have an appointment to get that put in?
Now Jeffrey painted after the floor, but he was sanding so much of the floor that it was about the dust that when because you know he sanded all these oak floors down to bare wood.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of dust. And so he did all that before we ever even tried to paint or. Okay, I just butchered that up. Okay, I don't know what that was, but that was an interesting sound.
Oh, it's me tearing this paper.
Okay, well,
But it was not exactly tearing like I wanted it to either. So there we go.
oh, hubby and kids are putting it in.
Well, that's good then.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Okay, they have to be four. Lisa, I fibbed. I don't know if you heard. That is not exactly a quarter sheet of paper.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm having to trim it down. So these little envelopes are not exactly the quarter sheet of paper. So I
That's
will,
all right.
you know, I can trim paper. I know how to do that.
Me too.
Yeah. I hate wasting it, but that's okay.
Oh, I guess I ought to make marks down here so I cut straight.
So that you cut straight. You can cut
Yeah.
straight. I
Or
can't
tear
cut straight.
straight. Tear straight. I can tear straighter than I can cut if I have
Okay.
marks. Sorry, y'all. I am having terrible allergies today.
I was gonna say mine have been bad the last couple of days too, but then we've had no rain until today. Jeffrey says there's a giant red cell coming at us. Mm. It's a vinyl planking, um, but it will be beautiful, Holly. So, they've made so many improvements in floors. We've
Yeah,
just
that's
been,
true.
we were just lucky at the fact that I mean, the floors were, oh, they were trashed, but they were beautiful. So, they hadn't been redone but once. It didn't look like. So it made it nice for Jeff. Jeff just, he's used to it. He knows how to do it now. The house in Nebraska, I sanded all that floor. That floor was not fun to sand. I'll tell you what. It was cottonwood because of the age of the house. The floor was never intended to be a finished floor. What they did was they built the floor, and it was these nice planks, but you could actually see through the floor into the basement because the flooring was, had dried enough that there were little tiny cracks. Well, because it wasn't tongue and groove like a norm. It was just subflooring basically, but it was so pretty that I'm like, Jeffrey, we're going to finish it. But what they used to do with that kind of flooring was stain the outside edge of it. Like if this was the floor for the room, they would stain like a foot or so around the edge, finish that foot or so, and then put vinyl or carpet or something down because your furniture usually sat against the wall, so you wouldn't see, and that way your vinyl and carpet could be smaller. And that was the age of that house. I mean, it was built in the 1800s. So that was how they used to do it. So when I saw how pretty the edges were, I was like, well, I have to have the floors done. And Jeffrey was working, so I ran the sander more than he did. But that was an interesting house. I loved that house. It was 1.5 stories. It had 2 front doors because it was originally some sort of store. You know, where the store was in the front, one of the front rooms, and then they had another front room. And then it was, then you lived in the rest of your house. And the original upstairs had pine flooring. So when we finished that, it was easy. Okay, those must be crooked. Dang, how did they get crooked? So, yeah, Holly, wood and pets does not get along very well. That was a big part of what was wrong with these floors, is the previous owner's pets and the neglect that they'd had. Not the fact that the pets had been in the house, but that they had neglect by the previous owner. Lisa is just working away. She's so quiet.
I'm just listening.
Okay.
My mom had a vinyl plank floor put in her kitchen and dining room. It looks really nice.
I'm sure it would.
And it's a real blessing because Daryl can move his chair easier and get up and down easier than on the carpet that was in the dining room. So
yeah.
Okay, I've got another one of these pieces of coffee dyed paper cut and ready to go, but I don't want it right next to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it, and then I'll find a different paper to go in between them.
Put in between?
Yeah.
Janet wants to know what you're making on that part, Lisa, dear.
Oh, I'm just altering a photograph album. It's the kind that had the space to write, and then it had the place here with the plastic coating that you stuck the your photographs in, and I just tore off the part that had that, and I'm replacing it with whatever kind of different kinds of papers I want, like papers I would put in a junk journal. And then I'm going to do collage on them. At least that's my plan at the moment, is to do collage on them. Somebody asked if I was going to put it in the auction, and I guess I could do that. Just do a little decorating and put it in the auction. But that wasn't my plan when I started.
I think
I bought this at an estate sale a long, long time ago, and I was saving it because I didn't know what to do with it.
I think it'd be pretty with collage on it.
Yeah, I think it will be too. And I could do just some little collages, in corners, and then leave the rest for people to do what they want to with. But and let somebody else have it if they want it. But I really like it. So I'll have to think about that.
I was going to say, sometimes you need to keep things for yourself, dear.
That is true.
1, 2, 3, 4. So much for my jelly plating.
Well, it's just a little after 2 o'clock.
I know. But I still have to make a card, too. Of course, that's not going to take but 5 minutes, really. It will be easy.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, I told Lisa I needed to make a card that was not my style. That was, sweet.
She wants to make one that's sweet, not one that's her style.
Yeah, one that's sweet.
Okay, this is coffee dyed craft paper. That's what I'm going to make this next one out of.
It's comedy dyed craft paper?
Uh, maybe it's coffee dyed graph paper.
Coffee dyed. Okay, I'm
Graph
sorry.
paper.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Graph paper. It's the graph part that I missed. I was like, okay, what? What? That and my what you call it's half out of my ear for some reason. Okay. When my mom and dad were pulling up the carpet in their house, they talked about bamboo flooring. Um, it ended up that they had beautiful oak floors underneath the carpet, but so they ended up having it redone. But um, I've seen some beautiful bamboo floors.
That would have been really interesting. I saw some. I can't remember where it was the other day that they had put cork,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and
Carcass.
that was
And,
really pretty. And they had
yeah.
different colors of cork,
Ooh.
and so it had a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nice.
I'd like to know where you saw it, but I've they also explored cork when they were exploring the bamboo. So
Um, I don't remember where I saw it. It was one of those things you click on here, and then there from there you click on here, and then
oh, okay. It was the internet thing that you're doing. That's what you're telling me.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it was internet.
Yes, that's right, Barbara. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, when you pull up carpet and you realize that there are absolutely unbelievably beautiful floors underneath that carpet already that just and moms were not damaged. They were in pristine condition except for where the carpet had stuck to it and the sand had etched that top surface off. So all mom and dad had to do was actually have the guys just barely sand it and and refinish it. And the people that came in to do it, um, it was so funny. Mom and Dad went out of town.
Bye, Kathy.
The
Sorry,
next
I
door
just noticed
neighbors.
she was having to leave.
Oh, okay. Bye, Kathy. Um, the next door neighbors actually oversaw the project, but it just so happened that the people doing it were family to the next door neighbor too, so it's not a big deal. But they moved all the furniture. They they put all the furniture in the kitchen and did the living room, dining room, and down the hall. And um, then they weren't exactly sure where the furniture all went back to. So the next door neighbor went in and told them where to put all the furniture. It was all put back very carefully, and everything was just so. Mom and Dad went off on a trip and came back to this beautiful new floor with none of the fuss.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So okay. Um,
Barbara said she wished she had found beautiful flooring under her carpet.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
that
nice when you find fun stuff.
that subfloor you were talking about in the old house,
Hmm.
I'm sure that's what's under our carpet because it feels like when you vacuum that you're pulling up dirt from under the house.
Ah, okay.
I mean, it is amazing. Um, of course, we've got one of those Dyson things that you know
Hmm.
will
Yep.
pull up anything. So
Yeah. Well, until it gets old.
yeah, well, ours is 15 years old.
Yeah, really, and it's still working real good because mine is not.
Yeah, it works great. It still works great. We did replace a hose
Um.
on it,
Yeah,
and we
mine.
may have replaced the HEPA filter, but
I've
we
done
even had
that.
a dog for most of that time.
You've even had what for most of the time?
We even
Oh,
had
the
a dog
dog.
for most of that
Yeah.
time who shed like crazy. Okay, I think I want something else before I put that up.
Um. Yes, Barbara. I love cement floors with the stain, and you can also get that epoxy coating on cement floors. I used to know some people that owned a glass store that they had their floors. The guys came in and they they did this fun wild paint on the floor, and then um, they were just gorgeous. They were absolutely beautiful floors, and they 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 painted them, and it was just so pretty. Okay, because I'm out of variety, I'm probably gonna just do five more because I don't want to make 500 millions of them to do all the same, and a little bit
I
of
don't blame
paper
you.
left. Not only that, then I don't have to cut up any more paper, so that'll be good. I'll do five
Um,
more. Four.
somehow I didn't get this straight. I wonder how that could have happened. I'm going to make a page out of this square doily.
Ooh, that's pretty.
And I'm just going to fold it back because that'll give it a little more stability than if I
Mm-hmm.
cut it. So,
Yep. Not only that, it'll make it really pretty on the back side.
yeah, I think I'm going to ink it around the edges, though. I didn't think about that. I can't believe I didn't think about that first.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I gotta ink these. Oh, besides, that'll give me 10.
10's a good number.
Mm-hmm. That's plenty.
And then you can jelly plate.
Now I gotta make a card, but that won't take very long.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the card.
Yeah. I've already got a front. I just have to put some decoration on it. I just have to stick the front to the back and put some decoration on it. Not a big deal. Easy peasy. There again, it was stuff that the front is a piece that was on the table over by my sewing machine. Just come in, dump it down. Apparently, that's what I've been doing for 2 years. Well, the rain has quit coming in sideways. So that was not enough rain to hardly sneeze at, though.
Barely better than nothing.
Yeah. Um, in the house we lived in South Dakota, we painted the floor in my studio in the basement. But to make paint really stick, you've got to acid the floor first. So it stuck pretty well. It was not bad. It just at least finished the concrete some because in my studio I didn't want flooring for fear that it would get burnt. I don't pop glass like I used to. I have learned over the years how not to do that. So um, I'm a little better with how much I have to worry about my floor. Like getting burnt last week, I was like, how did I do that? Because I haven't burnt myself in so long. It was unreal. I was super surprised.
Okay, Holly, this was um a photo album, and it was just like this. It's got leather, maybe faux leather right here, and then fabric here. And then it had where you had the plastic sleeve that you put your oh, let me show you. It was like I cut all these out, but this was the plastic piece. Okay, come on. It would go like this, and this was, right here. So it looked like this. And I thought I was just going to take this plastic off and use it to collage on, but there was a piece over here that where they had melted in some little holes the plastic to hold the plastic in place, and so I cut that off, which leaves me with some 4x6 postcard size pieces and the pieces of acetate that, as Janet said, I can do anything with. I can make acetate anything, which is cool. Anyway, I took that much off, And then I'm putting my own papers in here to make a journal. I got this at
Over
the thrift
which
store
she's
for a
going to
dollar.
collage. You got the that at the thrift store for $1?
Yeah, yeah. It had right here what I covered up. There was a little
Uh-huh.
one sign. That was the dollar. That was
That
what they
was a
charged me
dollar.
for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm just making different page papers to go in it, and um, I want to glue it down as best I can here without making it stick to everything underneath it. That's the only problem with using the doily. But I like the look of the doily page. I've got some more coffee dyed doilies, so I may make another page or two in here like that.
I was going to say the doily's gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those were some, I don't know how old they were, but they were really old. They were in a plastic thing that had a 25-cent sticker on them from the store. And I can't remember what store it was. It wasn't a store that we even have here in Amarillo or have had in my lifetime. I don't know. Somebody brought them in from somewhere else, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now then, do I put, okay, if I'll do this and make it that length, then over here it's not going to be as far in as the other ones are, but I think that'll be okay. If I do it all the way in like I'm doing the other pages, it will be short, but I kind of like that too.
Oh, that's pretty. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that.
Well, and you had the other one that was short. So, to have multiples here and there.
That's good rather than bad, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, just a idea of something fun you can do with a, thrift store book that you might not ordinarily get. I know when I saw this, I thought, "Oh, cool," and I opened it up and went,
Yeah, yeah,
when I saw what was
yeah.
inside it. And
Mhm.
then I thought, well, there's got to be some way I can alter that. So,
Do you know what else I like about it? It's an
what?
odd shape. It's
Yes.
different. Sometimes the books get. Of course, I love squares. I love square books. It's one of the reasons why I do like photo albums because a lot of times they are um, square.
Yeah.
And if you haven't noticed, I do a lot of books that are square or
I have
close
noticed that.
or visually square because
Yeah.
visually I like to play on that square page. So but that one is also fun because it has that different kind of shape. It's that
Yeah.
kind
It's
of oblong.
abnormally long.
Well, it's long, but it's also long. It's horizontal instead of vertical.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah. I like that about it as well.
mm-hmm. Yep, yep.
Okay. Now then, I'm going to
Terry's back.
stick
Yay,
one of
Terry's
these
back.
in here.
Hello, Terry. We're glad you're
I
back.
glued it down.
Guys, if there's anybody we missed saying hello to, hello.
And we're glad you're here.
We're glad you're here. Please don't forget to give Lisa a thumbs up.
Oh, thank you, Tanya. Okay. Now I'm going to
Um,
start snippeting.
you're going to start snippeting.
Yeah, which is the project I really wanted to finish today.
Well,
But the gluey parts have to sit a little bit.
yeah, I was going to say but you're staying busy in between.
That is
That's what
true.
matters. You stay busy. Uh-oh. There we go.
Now, the first thing I have to do is make some snippety things that I can use in it.
Okay.
Um, so I'm going to do that real quick.
I like this business of production little bits.
Yeah.
And I'll just put the extra envelopes and the little pieces, extra pieces of paper. I'll put the papers in my scrap box, and I'll put the extra envelopes back in my envelope box. But I had all the cut up uh, copy paper for the first few. And I won't run out of hair bands anytime soon. So. Oh my, can you hear that? There's a rumbling and a thundering.
My sweet daughter is going to make the cream cheese icing for the chocolate muffins I made yesterday for me, so I don't have to do that.
Ooh, yummy.
Yeah, and they're very good. And
And you made the muffins yesterday, and there's still some left?
Yeah. And I even gave some to my mom.
Wow.
Well, they're keto muffins, so they have a lot of protein in them, so they fill you up. And they don't make you crave more like regular muffins do.
Like regular muffins do?
Yeah.
And the cream cheese ice cream for them sounds really good. Yummy,
yeah.
yummy, yummy.
I think it will be good. Hannah, I told her I wanted to make some cream cheese icing to go on them, and she said, "Oh, we can cut them in half and put the cream cheese icing in the middle." I said, "Like Oreo muffins."
Yummy. Ooh, yummy.
I think it'll be good.
I do too. Well, I tell you, I made stuffed peppers for dinner last night, and they were really good. I had gotten peppers at Sam's the other day and last Friday, and normally peppers will last in the crisper for a few days, a while. Well, you buy something at Sam's, you get a big bag, and I had used several of them, but they were starting to get soft. I was like, yeah, this is not good. I'm going to have to use them. And I don't normally make stuffed peppers, although Mom used to make them when I was a kid. I hated them. I didn't mind eating the stuff in the pepper, but I didn't like the pepper, but I was a kid. So anyways, I like them now. But so I decided I would take the peppers that were left and make stuffed peppers. Becky, it is headed your direction. I'm sorry, dear. And that was really good. It was really, really good. I was very pleased with myself.
Hannah came in and asked me a question, and I missed if you told what you stuffed them with.
Oh, you half cook rice.
Yeah.
Half cook hamburger.
Okay.
Mix it all together.
The rice and the hamburger.
The rice and the hamburger with tomatoes, onions, which I cooked the onions, and I cooked, how if you're making stuffed peppers, you have to cut the top of it off. So I took all those little pieces of pepper and put it in the pan too. So the onions and the little bits of pepper that were in with the meat was pre-cooked. So, not stewed tomatoes, but I like these diced tomatoes with onion and oregano in them. And so that's one of those. I was thinking about that the other day. The things that we all keep all the time that you cook with, just like 90% of the time, I can make a meal without having to go to the store because I have all these things that I have. But so those diced tomatoes, onions, the peppers, hamburger, rice, and cheese. And then
sounds yummy.
Okay, so I end up with more meat than would go in those peppers. So I just put the meat in the bottom of the meat and rice mixture in the bottom of the pan, stuck the peppers, stuffed peppers on top of it. I was using a deep, like, casserole dish kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and then about halfway through, I put more cheese on top of the peppers, so they had cheese on them, as well as a little cheese in the other mixture. It was really good. And there's leftovers, so that's,
That sounds really good.
yeah, that's what we're having for dinner tonight.
Sounds yummy, yummy.
Well, I was pleased
Well,
with that.
I've never made stuffed peppers that were, bell peppers. I make where you stuff the jalapeno peppers or um, those little sweet peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Either one of those work, where you put cream cheese inside of them and then you wrap bacon around them and you bake those. I love those.
I have not made those, but then I'm not fond of a lot of peppers. And I a lot of people use the green peppers to stuff.
Yeah.
And I had what do you call those ones? They were red and orange and yellow.
Yeah.
Because that's what I usually buy, because I use them for like I use them like in salads and
Right. Well,
that
they've
kind
got
of
more
thing.
vitamins and antioxidants in them when you let them get some
Right.
color on them. So,
Yep. So
besides being
um
pretty and
besides, yeah, that's
having a
true.
milder taste.
Besides being pretty, but they just raw, they taste better
Yeah.
to
Well, that's
me
why we buy
anyway.
those little sweet peppers. They're yellow and red and orange.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have trouble with them digestively like I do bell peppers.
The bell peppers, yeah. Okay, I got one more set of yellow ones. That will do.
One thing I am not sure of, well, I guess I could just sew through these little things, is how to sew this on. I was thinking I may have to glue these on.
I can't quite see it. Let me see.
I'll show you. But I
Okay.
could sew up through these.
Yep, you could sew through those. Uh-huh. Stuffed
Um,
pepper soup. Ooh, Terry. Use all those ingredients and beef broth and make soup. That would be good. Poblano peppers is what Becky uses, and taco seasoning. Ooh, that would be very good.
yes, it would.
Skipping the rice would have been okay too, but and I would have liked it with quinoa in it. That is I like quinoa, so I would have liked it that way, and Jeff would have eaten it that way without any problem. But I'm kind of running out of quinoa, and to buy the big container, I have to go to Walmart, and I don't want to do that. So I was using my avoidance technique.
I just found some different buttons in my stash. I don't know how many of them I'll use, but
Hi Lori, and hi Maria, and yes, the raw meat and uncooked rice, and then cover them with tomato sauce. Yes, that's another way to do them. I knew I wanted onions in mine, and if onions don't cook, I have a little issue. So I just pre-cooked it just a little bit. The recipe I found, because I didn't use a recipe, but I did look at what the recipe said said to use half cooked everything.
Oh, that's probably pretty smart because then you don't have to worry whether it's going to cook or not.
Well, you don't have to cook it in the oven as long, and it was kind of warm in here yesterday, and having the
Yeah.
oven on for a long time. Now, if I had thought about it ahead of time, I could have done the whole mess in my Ninja pot, and I just didn't think about it,
Yeah.
you know.
I used to make a dish, haven't made it in a long time, but where you put strips of bacon in the bottom of a casserole, well, like a 9 by 13 pan.
Uh-huh.
And just a second. Sorry. I can't remember the amounts of water or chicken broth. I used chicken broth that you put in it, but you pour some of that in over the bacon, and then you pour rice in uncooked. Half cooked would have been better in this
Mm-hmm.
recipe for sure. And you put cream of mushroom soup, and I can't remember what else. And then you put pork chops on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Put salt and pepper on the pork chops, then pour half of your cream of mushroom soup stuff over the very top, and you bake that. And that was really delicious.
And I make chicken that way.
Ooh, that would be good too.
Um, Maria, they're extra little kits, and here, this is some finished ones. They were extra kits, and I'm finishing them so that they're done, and I can put this rest of the stuff away. And I may give them to my mom and let her give them to her friends, from the senior center. Or I may keep them to tuck into this or that. There, I just wanted to finish the kits and be able to put the extra stuff away and be done with them. So I am just finishing things. That was, it's stuff I found. Hi, Mandy. Becky says she loves how lives always get around to food every
Yeah,
time.
every time.
Every time. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, that's true. They always come right round to food. They do.
Hi, Maria. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Mindy. It's good to see all of you. I'm glad you're all here.
Now, I have never put the bacon in the bottom of the dish like you were talking about, but
Yeah,
dang, it sounds good. Because,
it was good. It was very
bacon
yummy.
makes everything good.
Yeah, it's like cheese.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
If you
Hmm.
want something to be really good, you use bacon and cheese, and there you go. It's
Bacon
got to
and
be
cheese.
good.
Yeah, yeah. And it's got to be good. Mhm. Yeah, never bacon and cheese together never fails. Now, someday I'm going to have chocolate covered bacon just because I want to say I've had chocolate covered bacon because I happen to think that it sounds delicious. But
Yeah, Sherry, I'm making another one to go with this one, and I'm gonna put them together, and I'm gonna make like a snippet cake instead of a snippet roll. I gotta find a. I need to get back into Hobby Lobby and buy one of um those cardboard boxes that are circles, that you can decoupage on or whatever. You know what I'm
oh,
talking about?
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like a chipboard box. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to get one of those to put it in. But I guess I could see if I can, order one online and go pick it up. I don't know if Hobby Lobby's doing curbside pickup here or not. They haven't been advertising it to me on a daily basis like
Like
Michael
yeah.
and Joanne's have.
Right. Well, some of the Hobby Lobbies are opening.
Yeah.
So, oh, I guess that needs paper.
Okay, look at this.
Oh, that's
Isn't that going to be
pretty.
fun in there?
That's so pretty.
It
Ooh,
is pretty.
Oh, and you have all your little piles laid out. They're so
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah, she's
So
making a snippet cake.
a snippet cake, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of a fruit cake, you get a snippet cake.
And when is this one going to be auctioned, Lisa?
I don't know. It depends on how fast I can get it to her. If I can get it to her by May 1st, she might put it in the May auction, but it might be June. Um, so I'm trying to get it done.
I need more green ones than yellow ones because the yellow ones don't really show up on the green on these. I mean, some yellow ones would be all right,
I'm
but
gonna set those over here because I'm not sure I'm going to use those. Depends on how it goes here. I do probably need a little something else besides just the cream and the green, but I've got these that have some other color. I've still got these to do, so.
yeah, that turquoise is gorgeous on there.
Yeah, if I was gonna make a snippet roll that wasn't like just antique white everything, this is the one I would make for myself.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This is the one I would make for myself.
I don't know if I have enough flowers.
No, Mindy, the turquoise pieces and these little flowers and these two pieces and this lace here, Kathy from Kathy's World sent me in a kit, and these other fabrics too. These she sent all of that in a kit along with this pink and some and white stuff. And so I dug some stuff out of my stash to go with it, and I dug some stuff out of my stash to go with this. So part of it was sent to me by Kathy at Kathy's World, and part of it was my own stuff. But she sent the project and the inspiration and the basics, and then I'm just adding some stuff to it. So, and that was really nice of her. She's sent a bunch of us stuff to do to make things to sell at Cares auction. So,
Okay, Sherry, bye. We'll see you later. I hope
bye
she's not
bye.
already
Oh, a
gone.
nice walk. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we're going to be doing any walking today.
I
It's
think
not
I'm gonna.
raining anymore, but it sure is thundering. And Becky, it's headed right at you. Just so you know, I'm telling you, it is. Not because I want it to, but
Because you have no control.
that's right. I have no control over it whatsoever, but
This is really pretty too. That's going to be fun in there.
Oh, that is pretty.
I'm trying to decide.
That's yummy.
There's not a whole lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking if I put some of these flowers as on top of a few of them, like I'm putting the
Mm-hmm.
buttons and these on top of a few of them,
Yep.
how good that would look. But it would kind of waste some of the fabric, but I could use the rest of it for something else. So let's just do that because
You can
that's just
put
pretty.
some of the fabric into other places.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to all be what you call it.
Snippets.
It doesn't have to all be real well sewed in, sewn in. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry. Mm,
More
can't even
vanilla.
talk.
So I thought I'd probably put 5 teaspoons in there.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, it is not vanilla-y.
Okay. More vanilla. Maybe I should just jump to a tablespoon and forget it.
Well, then it might be
Oh,
overdone.
I was gonna say, don't get too much in there now.
She's making the cream cheese icing.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But she was having me taste it because it didn't taste quite right, and it doesn't taste. It's not sweet enough either for what you usually have cream cheese icing. But the kind of sweeteners that we're using, she doesn't
always real
Use
sweet.
a
Yeah.
lot of them. They don't
Yeah.
work well for her sometimes. So
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Okay. Gotta have 3 more little flowers. Okay, that one doesn't show very much. We'll have. Dang, the thunder is just like. Okay.
when that guy first started hammering over here, I thought it was thunder, and I was like, "Oh, great, yay!" And it wasn't.
Yay! Well, and see, for all this thunder, we're not getting very much rain. It poured just like crazy, just 3 directions, and it's done raining. The thunder's here, but it's not
Yeah.
raining anymore. So
Well, we have
okay.
those thunderstorms that are not rainstorms at all, and
Mm-hmm.
it does feel like you're kind of cheated.
Okay. Well, that's a good one on there. It's a little big, but all of this stuff was just laying on the table, just all loose, ready to fall off earlier.
Well, see, perfect.
Fetched it and picked it up and that blue one could just fly right there. Okay. This one will show up better, I think. I think we'll just put him right there.
This fabric keeps bending when I'm trying to cut it. And
Oh, there we go.
slips right out of the scissors.
That one needs to be bigger now. Now I made little one. Okay, here we'll just put 2 little ones on this guy, just because, and a bigger butterfly on this one. There. Okay, that'll do. And now we'll just put all of these little flowers in with all of these little butterflies.
Those are so cute.
Well, I have made these before where I painted the envelopes on the jelly plate.
Oh yeah.
I actually have a little tutorial about, with them painted on the jelly plate. But I didn't want to do that today. I wanted to use up for one, I didn't have time when I was making the kits to do that. I had to use something that was not expensive and
Right.
the other thing was I started to use what do you call that? I started to use scrapbook paper, but most of what I had was too heavy and wanted to it wanted to do a what do you call it? It didn't fold right. It was more like cardstock,
I think a little more sweetener.
and it wasn't
Sorry.
folding.
I'm surprised you didn't think like, did you do something to this?
Yep, Becky said yuck. It's headed there. It's on its way. No rain, but just lovely wind. And now what north of us got this morning is going to catch you sooner than what we just got right now. This is just the tail end of it. So,
Okay, I need an opinion, Tanya.
okay.
Should I cut this in strips or in circles or squares?
I'd cut it
I
in
was-
squares.
Okay.
cut it. What I would do is I would cut it between the sparkly stuff, like halfway in between the
Like
sparkly
right here.
stuff. Yeah, like right there. And then will it make 2 or 3 pieces to go in your snippets?
We will see. We'll do this first. Well, if you want them square, it would be 3 little ones, or we could do 2 rectangles.
I think 2 rectangles might be cool. That
That's
might
what
be.
I was
Is it?
thinking.
Is the rectangle going to be too big?
I don't think so because
Okay.
it's pretty big
But
snippet roll.
and you want it to hang out some. You want it to be.
Right. Yep. 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 Yep.
Barbara's sluggish. I had a really productive day yesterday. For having very unproductive days lately. Yesterday was pretty good. Of course, we got up real early because Jeff went again to the Home Depot, um, which was I really didn't want him having to go, but he kind of had to. Um, the fence was in worse shape than he thought. And so not only did he have to have more quickcrete, he also had to have some lumber to go with it. And like I said, he was really sweet and went to the other one over in Pace so that he could check on my brackets. And he was actually going to work on my shelf today. He said, come in yesterday. He goes, are you live streaming tonight or tomorrow? I said, tomorrow. And he says, well, that answers that. And I'm like, yeah, it does.
Sorry.
Yeah, because to put up that shelf, this whole entire 8-foot by 4-foot table with stuff piled on it, with stuff piled under it, all has to be moved. And it's not one table, it's 4 tables set together. So it's going to be a serious project moving it.
I think I'm gonna wait on this. Anything I cut here, these sequins might come unsewn, or this is beaded.
Yep.
It's and it'll come apart. So I think I'm going to save it for one of the. I've got a couple of other projects that I might can use it in on a page instead of like, cut up like this. So
Yeah.
I'm going to save that one, stick it back in the bag with the other stuff. But okay. I think I want to cut these 3 big flowers out and put them on top of
other things. Yeah. I was
snippet
going to
too, and
ask
then I can make these into bits.
Becky, what
Go
are
ahead.
you talking about? Who are you talking about getting it from that you're going to get it curbside? I'm going to do that to Walmart. Or are you talking about Home Depot? She's probably talking about Home Depot because Scott's, got building projects to do.
Right.
Since I was talking about Jeff having gone to Home Depot, I'm needing to do that to Walmart. You have to go to Walmart every so often, and I've got things that I kind of need
It tastes a little hinky to me.
from Walmart.
So I need to check with you. I don't mind the taste, but it won't taste like perfect cream cheese icing to me, like with its made with sugar.
No, it won't taste like if it was made with sugar, but that tastes good to me. Does it taste okay to you?
Yeah, do you want me to bring you out one?
No, I'll get it when I go in.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
She's so sweet.
She is.
Okay, done. Ta-da!
Those are lovely. Let me make you big so they can see them all. Those are very pretty.
And I'll bring it in. So, they're doing things here at the cottage. She said. at Home Depot. She's going to do a curbside pickup at Home Depot. There
Ah,
we go. See, aren't they cute?
they are
Now,
adorbs.
I'm just not gonna cut up any more um, copy paper. I'll just put the extra little pieces of wallpaper in my scrap bin, and I'll put the envelopes back, and I just put the extra flowers in there. So that was. Hi, Nana. Who
Hi,
is Nana?
Nana. Good to have you here.
She's not
I'm
on my
making a
list.
snippet roll. Tanya just made some cute little notebook things to tuck inside whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, Mindy, they're just little notebooks. They're like envelope notebooks. They have a little. You can get to the envelope to put some little something in. You can write little notes, and they're like Midori style, so you can refill it if you want to. And they have a little elastic to close it. And they were kits that I had left over, so I've got to pick up enough stuff to I'm gonna go put stuff away. I'll be right back.
Alrighty, we will be here.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you, Mindy. They're just they could be tucked in a journal, or I don't know how many mom would need for lunch, the lunch
Yeah.
ladies, but I may give some of them to mom to take to her senior center. And I just took my headset off so I can't hear you if you said anything, Lisa. So just
Okay.
just so you know. But I'm gonna go put stuff away. Let me see
While
here.
she's doing that, I'm just
And
gonna.
this I can put away.
I'm
I'm
gonna.
almost ready to jelly print. Oh, I needed to get up and walk. Nice.
Well, hopefully, she's getting stuff out to jelly print, and then I'll put her back on. These pieces are really pretty too. I cut the little flowers that were in there out to put on the top of one of the snippets, and these may go like right under a button or something. I don't know. They're pretty just by themselves. Okay, I finally cut everything up. Now I can start sewing.
Oh, it's so pretty, Lisa.
It looks like a bunch of little fun piles, doesn't it?
Uh huh. But
Yeah, I
that's the
love
way
the
to
colors
do it.
too.
That's the way to do it. You can get it all accomplished in one fell swoop.
Yeah, and should be pretty easy to just make little things, and of
Mhm.
course, then you've got to decide. Okay, I want them to be different. I don't want them all the same, so I'm going to start with these two and put them kind of about 2/3 of the way in because I only have two of those, but I think those are pretty. And they'll make a really nice base, I think.
Mhm.
It's almost sad to put them on the bottom.
Yeah, it is.
So we may not. We may do something. Um, Let me see if we can.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary. It's good to see you.
Nana wants to know how your textured paper turned out. Can you grab it?
Yeah. Um,
Thank you, Nana. We appreciate that.
there's one.
I think they're
That
just beautiful.
Yeah, I really like that one. It looks kind of Eastery, but it's good. I think I put too much glitter on them for my personal taste.
Ah,
But
uh-huh. Yeah.
and then there's that one that had the carded sari silk in it, and leaves.
And that's my favorite one.
Yeah, I really like that one too. If I hadn't put I didn't put quite as much glitter on it. And I think that's another reason I like it. And then this one had some herbs and pieces of fiber, and then the what do you call that stuff? Pattern paper. So I did 2 with pattern paper. And then I did this one and these 2 with tissue paper. This is the one that smells like pizza, and it still does. And then this one I did with brushos and some herbs and some turmeric. So this one has turmeric and the pepper blend and some thyme. So there are those. And there was one more. Where is it? It didn't turn out as good. Here it is. This is the one I did with deli paper, and you just can't see through it quite as well.
Yeah.
So I don't
think
like
the deli
it.
paper is just a little thick.
Yeah. That one, okay, y'all are probably going to get mad at me, but that one's probably just going to end up in the trash.
Oh, just cover it up with some paint.
But I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
But every once in a while, things do have to go in the trash. I do have to, you know, I have to admit to that. That has, every once in a while, it has to go in the trash. So, okay, let's see here. Now I'm going to work on this card that I need to make.
Oh, let me go back to both of us.
And I have this little piece of embossed paper. Can you see it? And I could make just one card, but you know, I had to cut my piece of cardstock in half. So if I make 2 cards, then I'll get more use out of the piece of out of this.
Right.
So
Becky says anything ugly can be made usable by cutting smaller. So that's probably true, Becky.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is cut this piece in half and see where we stand with that. How big is it? That's what I thought. It's about 6 inches. We're going to cut it down to 3. Okay.
I'll just cut this in half, and I decided I wanted this little bit of that on top, but not the whole thing.
Yep.
But this does not really want to cut.
Nana, what they were was a little tiny envelope. Okay, let me take this. Let me not take that one apart. That one's kind of damp. Let me take a different one apart. Oh, we'll take this one apart. Okay. So what it is, it's a little like coin envelope that I have, and they're roughly 4 by 5 or 5 3/8 or something like that. So what I did was I cut some wallpaper and put it on the front of the envelope, and then I took 2 hair bands. One goes around the envelope like so. Let me get it in there. And you put your paper in there. It's kind of a Dory style. So it can be replaced. Once the little notepad is kind of used up, you can replace the paper. Okay, let me slide it down. Okay, get back on there. There we go. Then, okay, let me take this one off. Okay. This is second hairband, and you just pinch it. It's got a little loop, and you take the other end and put it through that little loop. It's called a lark's head knot, and that will just be your closure. And I just then decorated them up with some other little punches and stuff.
Hey, Joyce. We're glad you're here.
Hi, Joyce. So they were just something really simple. I had these were little make and takes that I had made the kits for a demonstration at the local library, and so I just used those pieces and made them up. I wanted to get rid of the kits. I'm sorry. My brain is not thinking very well today.
That is a great idea for a faster, isn't it, Barbara? I was very excited to see that. I'm going to make a bunch of little books just to use up some hair bands I have that I don't know what else to do with.
I hate to say this, but I'm sure it's not my idea. I'm positive it is not my idea.
Well,
okay.
You are where we heard it from, so.
Well, that's always a good thing then. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I am just going to use up a couple more little things I found and make a couple of little cards because I need a cute card. And you know, my style is not normally cute, so then I'll have 2 cute cards, which will be a good thing.
Yeah.
And by cutting the piece of cardstock that I folded for the card base in half, I don't want, then I would, if I didn't make a second card, then I would have another thing that I hadn't used that has to have a home. No, I'm not real fond of how this piece has how it embossed. I'm sure it's something I embossed somewhere along the line, but it's got funny edges. Just funny edges. There we go. There. No, I don't usually do cute. I'm just not okay. And so much for cutting it in half. Not a big deal. It's all right. Okay. We're going to ink that, but I think we better ink it with something besides brown. Because, you know, brown's not cute. We need cute. That means we need, you know, maybe purple.
Purple's pretty cute.
Yeah, purple is much more cute. Oh, Joyce is dreaming that Becky went to see her.
That sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I've got these 2 done.
Oh, those are cute, Lisa. Yep. That was fast.
Yep, they're pretty fast to put on once you get them everything cut up. My hands are still
Mhm.
gluey though. I need to get that off before I
What's the
do
matter?
any more.
Oh, your hands are still gluey.
Yeah. Hannah fed me just enough of that cream cheese to make me make me
To
hungry.
make you want some more, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep, yep.
Okay. I think I don't like that being so square.
Oh,
I'd rather it be wonky than square.
yeah. I think wonky is a good idea. Okay, so
There we go. All right.
I like them better this way. Okay. Um,
Thanks, Mindy. All right.
I think Becky, didn't you cancel your live yesterday? I may be wrong. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but it seems to me that I thought she canceled her live.
Well, it never came up on my. Well, no, I say that, but that may have been when I was busy doing something. Okay, let's do this. And
Becky did cancel. That's what I thought for some reason I had in my head that she had canceled her live stream. So okay, so there's that part. Now then, I had a what did I do? Oh, there they are. I have butterflies in here, and seeing how those have flowers, I thought I would just get out some maybe some flowers. I don't know whether I want more flowers or butterflies.
I think this needle is not very sharp. I keep having to force it.
Yeah, Becky, feeling like a hermit is not surprising right now. It could be, Lisa, that you're just trying to sew through so many layers that, that's what's happening.
Yeah. Well, it is kind of a not a really pointed tip, but it would go through all of the buttons I had.
Mm-hmm.
And I could still get this heavier cotton thread through it.
Yeah.
So it met most of my criteria in spite of not being very sharp. But it's some fabrics it'll go through better than others. So
I don't know about those. I think this is too big. Find something smaller or just I may just use the butterflies.
and there's that one.
Oh, that's pretty too. Oh my, pick that one up again. I haven't seen a piece of hem stitching like that but for a while. That's what that piece of white stuff is hem stitching, if you didn't know.
This?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It was designed.
I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was pretty.
Yeah. It's called hem stitching, and I used to have a machine that actually just did that. That's all it did. The uh, idea behind it is it's to go between two pieces of very fragile fabric and lace. So you would sew your fabric to it right along that little solid edge and then trim all the rest away.
Ah,
Now they
cool.
also put hem stitching around the edges of things so that handmade lace could go on the edge.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Hi Molly.
Hi,
Do you
Molly.
have
We're glad you're here.
and Mary? Thank you very much. Yep. Do you have an emery strawberry? Becky wants to know.
Is that the
And
thing
that
that's on the side of the tomato?
yes, ma'am. That's the thing on the side of
Hannah
the
has
tomato.
one.
It will help to sharpen your needle if it's dull.
Well, I think it's one that's made dull, but
Yeah.
would it still sharpen it?
What?
Would it still sharpen it?
Um, a little bit maybe.
Yeah. Well, if I get fed up with it, I may go in
And try it.
and try it. Yeah.
It's probably just one of the pieces of fabric that you're trying to make go through. Okay. What do you think if I just do it like that?
I think it's lovely. I'm assuming you're going to put some words.
Inside, I'm gonna write I'm gonna put a handmade sentiment inside. So
Yeah.
um I don't think I'm going to
I think
put
that's
any
very pretty.
words on the outside. Okay, let's see. I really like these light green butterflies with that.
Did you see what Becky was asking? I don't even know how to say what she's asking. Is it not called entrado or something like that?
I'm not sure, Becky. I'm actually not sure. I don't recognize that word at all. Which isn't unusual for me. There's a lot of words I don't recognize. Okay, so this is the other one. It's only got two little butterflies, but I think it'll be fine. Probably
I
spell it.
think it's pretty. It's got 3 butterflies. That's what's
Yeah, it's three. It's three. They're both three. This one just has a bigger butterfly. And the green ones have a little bit of sparkle to them, so that'll be cutesy. That was the thing. It's like it needed to be a little cutesy. Are we talking about the strawberry, Becky? I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what she's talking about. So I'm glad I punched butterflies out of the same piece of cardstock though that I did the embossing out of because it makes a nice carryover for the.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, the smocking and fancy stitching. You mean the hem stitching? If that's the case, Becky, I've never heard it called that. I've always heard it called hem stitching. And back when I taught in for Bernina dealers, that's what we called it, was hem stitching. But it could be called something else. I would not know. Okay. One card done.
Yay.
Yay. The lace entre deux. Okay. That sounds familiar, but and you're very likely right, Becky. I don't know. And you're very, very likely right. It's been a long time. My kidlet was, 18 months old when I taught that stuff.
Okay.
Aha, Becky just posted a link. So,
Yay.
so there you go. Now you can find out the real, what it's really called. There you go. Okay. So
Thanks,
now
Becky.
I have done my requirements here. I have finished up some kits. So I've got those all done. Yes. I ended up with 2 little pieces of paper that I'll put in my scrap box. I made 2 cards. Yes. So that's done. Now maybe I can jelly plate, which is what I really wanted to do in the first place. But what time is it? Is it time? Oh, it's time to get off here almost. I mean, it's
Well, we
3:20.
started at 1 instead of noon, so we haven't been on as long as normal, but it's totally up to you. If you're ready to get, when you're ready to get off, we can get off.
I'm not really ready to get off, but how long do you think you're going to want to stay on with the way your back was hurting?
I'm doing pretty good at the moment. Better
So
than
you
I
think-
expected to be doing. So I think
Okay.
I could go till 4:30 probably.
Okay, so an hour. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I think I can paint a little paper in an hour. So
I bet you can.
let me put my stuff away here. This is the weirdest thing though. Look at how this is. It was 2 pieces on here. I don't know how it is at the bottom, but
Huh.
it's
weird.
rolled, and it's rolled folded like this. This is the back side, and the back side and the front side are put together, and then it's rolled on there. Now I do know that one came from Dollar Tree, but it's just weird.
Just weird.
Weird. Yep, Becky says she looked it up and that's the name of it. So that's what that white stuff's called.
Alrighty.
But it was to be between a piece, like you put it between the batiste and your lace. I probably still have some of that. I don't know though. Okay, I gotta put stuff away. I'll be right back.
All right.
So that the facings don't rub. That's right. Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I need a tiny little button in the middle of this flower. That will just be fun. It will also give a place for my stitching that won't look weird, like if I just had some stitching in the middle of that flower.
Okay, so
My way
I
of
put my
thinking.
bling away and actually put the box back on the shelf.
Yay for you.
Yeah. Okay. Except I put things away earlier and now I have one of those out. Just never fails. let's see, what was her name that was on PBS so much of the time? Oh, I can't remember. I have her book and I've met her. She actually came into the store to teach classes back when I was managing the Texas store.
That's an old project, Mary.
Yeah, Mary, it depends. You might only be 17. So
That's true.
Martha
That's
Poland.
It would be
Yes.
old if it was mine.
That would be very old if it was mine. Martha Poland, that's right, Becky. That's who did all of the sewing machine. Okay, which side is? We got to make sure we put the stuff on the dirty side. But dang, the dirty side's really pretty today.
I got a head start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of course, what's really gorgeous.
So far.
Ooh.
Well, there it is.
What's really pretty is this piece of plastic
Oh,
that I keep taking off.
Let me make you big, Tanya, so we can see that whole thing.
Isn't that pretty? That's the piece that protects it. That I put on it to protect it. It's just yummy.
It almost looks like it's got flowers on it.
It does have flowers on it.
Ah, well, no wonder it almost looks that way.
Yeah. I can't tell you how I got the flowers on there, but it's got flowers on it.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Nope, that's not what you want to do.
Okay, now I was going to show you all the snippets I've done so far.
Okay, well, make yourself big so they can see it all.
They can see them right here.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I have so far. She says it's 50-year-old linen.
Ooh, okay. Well, that works. Guess what?
What?
I don't have any brayers. So much for being prepared today. I'll be back. I have to go to the kitchen because they're in the kitchen.
All righty. Well, go get them. Thanks, Barbara. Thanks, Terry. Okay. What do I want to do next? I think another one of these little flowers on top. So this makes a pretty good base. So does this. We'll use some of this for our base. And then I think I'm going to stick this piece on top because it looks like it goes together to me. Only that's a seam, and I don't think I want it on there. Okay, y'all didn't see me throw that on the floor, right? Thanks, Janet. Okay. Now let's. Whoops. I'm losing stuff here. Okay. Now then. Okay, not that one because, well, I could do it over to the side and then put this right here. I think that's, oh goodness. These slicky things are kind of hard to hold on to. Okay, there we go. Now if I can hold it in place while I It would make a pretty belly band, yeah. One thing I like about doing it this way is that you can cut off however much you want. So, but you could have individual clusters if that's what you want. So,
Did you see Mindy's question and answer it?
oh no, I didn't. Um, you could use it like Janet said, you could use it on a belly band as a belly band. You could use it as a like a to put on a pocket. You could just put this over the glue it onto a pocket. You could glue it along, I mean, sew it along the side or glue it along the side of your page as a tuck. If you put some paper behind it to stiffen it up a little bit, you could cut it and then attach a paper clip to it. So you could do just about anything you can do with, you could do, I think it has more options this way than if you just made individual clusters because they're attached together. But you could also use them, as individual clusters.
And then
you could use them as tabs on the side of a page.
Mindy's question, though, was, do you make something for Care's auction every month?
Oh, that was the wrong question I was answering.
That's all right. You can answer. You needed to answer both questions.
Sorry. I made 3 things that she did in her March. Was it March? I think, yeah, it was her March auction. And then I'm supposed to be making something every month, but I made all those things and sent them at one time. So she put them in the March auction, all 3 of them in the March auction. And so I'm trying now to send her one thing each month. I did it that way because truly it's cheaper for me to mail it if I just mail it all at once in a priority mail box, a flat mail box. But if I do that, then there's I either have to do it all at once and do it pretty quick, and then she can decide when she puts it in the auction, or I wait 3 months and then send it to her. So this time I'm going to send them one at a time. If that answers her question. But I do try to make something for each month. In March, she got stuff that was supposed to be January, February, and March. She put them all in the March deal because March 1st is when she told us she wanted us to send them. She said, send the first one by March 1st. And I didn't know if she meant send this first bunch of kits by March 1st or if she meant send one thing by March 1st. So I just sent them all. But this one I'm trying to get sent to her by May 1st. So she can put it in the May auction if she wants to.
Well,
ultimately you're cutting it up. Unless you just like to have it. I think it would be pretty just hanging on a wall. Hanging down from a dowel rod or something. If you didn't want to cut it up. But it's made to be cut up and used in other things. So, yeah.
I think leaving it in that pretty roll would be gorgeous. Just leaving it in that roll. It's just so pretty that.
Well, and you can take it out and pet it,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to pet stuff. It's just the way it is. Apparently, I didn't get enough paint on the thing last time. It just dried up so fast that I couldn't pull it off. So we'll try again.
Yeah. Sometimes the first 2 or 3 prints each time are not as good.
Well, I've got the fan
in the plate or something.
Yeah, I've got the fan on too because it's hot in here. I got shorts on again today. So and when it's like this, it's just warm. I'm going to try one of these. Oh, that one is just I think I'll try this lacy one just to see what happens with it. I think it's just gonna need to be a layer for later though. I don't think the first print is where that needs to be. I think it needs to be on a piece that's already got something on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I understand.
Yeah.
I often print things and think, I wish I had put them on, top of something
Yeah,
else instead.
over the top of something else.
Yeah.
And it
Thank
really
you, Mary.
it really needs some tape on it so that you can pick it up, because it's hard to work with. Okay. There. Besides the fact that I'm on the insides of most of my envelopes this time, so it's gonna be a matter of going over a lot of the security stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how it comes out. We'll just see. Mindy says hot. She's got on a turtleneck and a sweatshirt. Yeah, it's hot and sticky and nasty here. And the other day, the air conditioner actually came on. So, okay, yeah, that it created a cool base layer, but okay, is that? But nothing exciting. Let's see about this one.
Come on.
Yeah. It's now it makes for a cool stamp off. Like Janet said earlier, that they make real cool stamps. It's really cool, interesting stamp off layer, but
Okay, and this is this one.
oh, Joyce, that sounds good. She won a bunch of lace scraps in a giveaway. Now she's going to make a snippet roll.
All right. Well, we want to see it.
And that one was pretty, Lisa.
Thank you. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. That might be long enough to go ahead and do one more.
Oops. Okay. Don't fall on my plate, you silly old paint. Mitzi's Joyce is under a blanket. No. I did treat myself while I was in the kitchen getting the paint rollers, though. I got more tea. My tea helper is asleep in his chair, so.
Well, we forgive him.
He's that fence deal is kind of rough.
Yeah.
It's wearing him out, and the heat and the humidity is, he's not used to it yet. He'll get used to it by the end of the summer, but okay, let's just kind of go over this one. And let's do like this on this one. And that leaves me a little hole right here that I need to pick up.
Well, you wouldn't have to cut it up, Joyce. You could just make it and just love it, kind of like I do my what do you call that? my yarn that I spin.
Yeah. Just
I
love on
just
it. Just
I
take
just
it
love
out and
on it
love on
right
it.
now.
Hmm.
I'm sure that I will end up
Eventually using it.
yeah. That's what I was looking. That's the wording I was looking
Oh,
for.
well, that didn't help. Oh, okay. Oh, now that's kind of cool. I like that one.
Oh, I do too. Very nice.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ooh, look at the fun grunge it pulled up right on the on the edge.
Those are the best bits.
Those are the best parts. Yes, I agree. They are the best parts. Okay, but now I have this wet spot right there because of that plastic window. Okay. Uh-oh. You're not supposed to sew yourself.
No, you're not. You're not supposed to use your knuckle as a thimble either.
No. Mm-mm. Okay. Mindy says it's 39. I can't. And Mike was here earlier, Mindy. He's in North Dakota, and he said it was 62.
Yeah, it's in the upper 70s here today.
So I did somewhere it is. I got another bottle of pink out. I had some. Oh, there it is. So I do have some more pink because last time I was running out of pink. I didn't have any pink. No pink paint. How do you jelly plate without pink paint?
I don't know, but I'm gonna have to learn pretty soon, or I'm gonna have to remember to get some when I go. Next time I go
When
to
you go to
Walmart.
the store. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I have a little bit in one kind of pink, and that's all I've got. Okay, here's this one.
Oh, that's so
It
pretty.
has a bunch of layers.
Yep.
Okay, it looks like I've got room for about 6 more.
Well, you're going to get that project done.
Yes, I'm going to be
See?
happy to
So,
get this project done.
hmm.
Let's see.
Hi, T.
Hi, Therese.
Mary would say easily. I don't know what she was easeling about, but we'll find out. Okay, we're going to put this way. And we'll put this like that.
Well, I don't think I want to use that one here because we'll use this little metal button.
Okay.
It looks like this.
Gel plating without pink. Oh, because, okay, yeah. Well, you know, Becky, what's really funny is I don't like pink. I really don't. But fuchsia is a different color than pink. And I do like fuchsia.
Okay. Oh, I need to thread my needle.
That's kind of boring.
Oh.
I just realized there's a little, like, oh, it's on the envelope. Well, I can't see it very well because I put the glasses up. And there's a little flower. I'll show it to you on this. Oh, come on. Don't stick to the. There's a little flower on here. See there? And I could see the little flower, and I was like, what is that? Where did that come from? Now that's kind of pretty.
Yes, it is.
Kind of pretty.
Kind of pretty.
I might make it that. I might find a few that I like.
I bet you will.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm. I have a few that need some help though. This to get finished, to be finished. Dee Dee did show and tell this morning. I missed it. Of course,
Me too.
I don't get on in the mornings, so I might get on and say hello to Mary or hello to somebody, but I don't stay on long enough to really get to talk to anybody or see anything for the most part. This is that. I'm going to have to buy some more of this, even though I hate this paint. I love this color. This is that eggplanty color.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What did I say it was called? I put my glasses in the wrong place. She was impromptu and showed a lot of her work.
That would have been fun. She does amazing things.
It's called Violet Purple. And it's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. You can mix it with white too, and it's just even prettier.
Okay, this is not.
Not working.
Well, the little thing that you put your needle through, you put your thread through, is almost inside of this. It doesn't really stick out beyond it.
Oh, mm-hmm. And
which
because
is
you have
nice for the way it looks, but it is really hard to get a needle through.
Yeah, you
when
have bulk there.
Uh-huh. Anyway, I got it through twice, and we're going to assume that that's good enough to hold it because I don't think it's going to happen again. There's this one.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, good. I thought that sewed underneath, but I do think I'm going to kind of snip it and fray it a little bit here. There, I like that better.
Oh dear, Joyce. Yeah, you got to start watching. They're out. Oh, now that kind of came out pretty. That little edge right there.
Yes, it did.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I kind of like it with the rest of it. It's not. Yep, I'm going to call that one done.
Well, I was going to say, that leaves you some room to doodle.
Yeah. Oh, but you should see this one. Oh.
That's really pretty. Are those roller marks or are they wrinkles?
They're this thing, but with the tiniest teeth.
Ah, okay.
It was a kind of a bluey base, I had already printed blue on it, and the blue was kind of boring. Now it's also over security envelope, so there's a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
Where's Andrea? She's going to want to come to my house again and get my piece of paper.
Well, maybe this piece will be safe since she's not here to see it.
I was going to say she didn't see it, so you know, you snooze, you lose. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. What do we want to go with that? We're going to put some blue with that and see what happens. Probably turn green, just, you know, because it will. No, after we jelly printed the last time, my rollers had goop in them. I do not know why, but it had goop, and I don't like goop, so I had soaked them, and they were on the kitchen counter. They had laid on a towel, and then I hadn't brought them back in here because, you know, I was lazy.
I like all the different ways you use that thing.
It just makes me happy. It's my favorite tool for this. I do not know why. It just makes me happy. So, yes, Holly, I hate ticks too. It was on her neck like vampires. Oh, Joyce, ouch. Ew, ew. Yeah. Oh, yep. That came out really pretty. Sometimes you got to put it over something else. That's the thing.
Yeah, layers are good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yep. And that one still has, you know, you could still do some really fun layers over it too. Okay, but we got to do something different. We can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. No,
Sure
we
you
can't.
can.
Sure we can? Okay.
Sure you can. If you want to.
Yeah, I suppose. But I have this fun piece of wallpaper I haven't tried yet, so we're going
Well,
to try it.
then.
Yeah, we're going to try it. Um, yellow and orange. I think we want some yellow and orange. Thank you, Holly, or Mindy, not Holly. Mindy was in, had said that. Okay.
Okay. Four
Oops,
more. I think I can fit 4 more on here.
You think?
I think I can.
You got 4 more stuffs?
Oh, yeah. I got more than 4 more stuffs, so
Oh, cool.
I should be good.
Well, this is mostly orange now, though. Oh. Okay. Oh! I wondered why that piece of paper was so thick. I had a
Is it
second
two
one.
pieces or?
I had hold of 2 pieces.
No, 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 no,
Nope,
no.
I split it. Oh well, that just is the way it's going to be.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Nothing's making me happy for this one, and that was kind of silly.
That's not good. Well, sometimes that's the way it is. That's just sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, this
Thank
is
you,
a
Mandy.
sometimes.
Okay, this is, I hope, going to be really pretty because it looks kind of pretty on the plate. Oh, yeah.
I like that, but it's just not. I think that's what it needs. There you go.
Yeah,
That's what it needed.
It's kind of boring.
Well, add over it.
Oh, but this part's really pretty. Yep. Okay, come on up. Right there's really pretty. Right there's really pretty. Over here's kind of boring.
Well, you can fix over here.
Yep, that's what you fix over there. You just keep going and see what's next. Now, this one is looking pretty good, and I haven't done anything to it. So, I may have to do something where I stamp it so that it, which means I need a slightly darker color. This one. Oh, that one's not open.
Ow.
Let's go for.
You really shouldn't use your thumbnail as a thimble either.
No, you should not. We'll go for this one. With this one. Mary, this is not really raised. It's pretty, it's barely raised on this, but every one I use is different. They're all different in what the pattern does. I have some that I thought would work real well. They were florals and they were slightly raised, and I thought it would work real well, and it does not. So, the only thing I can tell you is to try it. And if it doesn't work, you're just out a little piece of wallpaper. Now, the ones I like the best are the ones that they call paintable, because they seem to have more texture to them. They seem to suck up the paint more. Than others. Where did my little dots go? So I'm sorry to not really answer your question, but that's about the best I can tell you, is that it's all about which one it is and how much it's. And I think probably it depends on how much paint you put down, because if you put down too thick of a layer, when the wallpaper is not as raised, or less raised, the less raised the wallpaper is, and if you put down too much of a layer, then it just sort of doesn't do what you want it to do. I'm not making any sense. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Mary. None of that made any sense at all. Just do the yep, whatever. Yeah, it's kind of an experiment and a fun surprise. That's what I'm going to tell you. Is it's an experiment and a fun surprise, and that's kind of how I look at them all.
Yeah, and it's easier and more enjoyable if you're not expecting something specific.
Right. Like, look at that. That is just yummy, and it's on the security envelope, so it's got that security envelope background. But look at this one. This was my brayer off paper for 4 or 5 times, and my pick up a little bit here and there. And
Yeah.
while it's not got anything really special, it's just yummy. So, but now we're going to see. Ooh, yep. And that just picked up stuff from before and some more stuff. It's just, the more you just approach it as something that you play with, and if you don't like what you get, then you just add to it, the better off I think you are.
Hi, Joan. We're glad you dropped in.
Yes, hello. Because look at that.
Yeah.
I'm calling that done. Now I'm going to just add a little right there because right there.
I'm calling that done. Well,
Well, there was some paint still on the thing, so I could pick it up. It was too white. We can't have white now, can we? Yep. Okay. Let's see, that one right there is.
right. I got room for 2 more.
You got room for 2 more? Yay!
2 more.
Spell check got me again. That's the way it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. You can take a dud and then hit it with a roll up, just clean off or whatever, and it pops. And then you just love it. So, it's just.
Oh, I did
You
that.
just gotta keep playing with it. It just. And I don't know that I consider any of them done. You want my garbage can, huh? I'll put it out here. You should be able to reach it. The man with the plan is just getting the garbage so that he can take it out before it rains again, I think.
Sounds like a good plan.
Mm-hmm. And I tend to mix my colors together on my plate, just because that's what I like. But, there are people that put this on their plate so that it comes out like ombre, and it doesn't do that for me because I'm just not that coordinated. And I like it this way. So I'm, it's all good. If push comes to shove, first off, all I am printing on here is used
Thank you, Therese.
envelopes from the junk mail. So, these are junk mail envelopes that I'm printing on right now. Yeah, aren't they pretty, Joan? Mary's going to the barn to get her jelly plate.
Yay.
Now, you may have to swim, Mary. Okay. Well, see, and then you do that and you just are all happy.
Then you do that and you're all happy. That
I'm
that
all
about
happy.
sums it up.
I'm all happy. I'm perfectly content. I'm not going to get all my papers done, but that's okay. Oops.
Okay.
And see, now the end that I wasn't happy with has got some pretty stuff in it. And
Yeah,
there's some,
that looks
yeah,
lovely.
yeah, and there's some paint right there that it's going to go on that little spot that's kind of funky white. See? Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Ta-da! Mary says it's okay that the path is well worn. So, oh, now that might give you a little headache, but it is. I'm really happy. I have to do something on this corner because we cannot leave the corner like that. But look at that, and it's on top of the security envelope, so
Yeah,
it
just
makes
adds an
your
extra layer.
it just adds, and the fact that the middle is all funked up is just yep. Okay, and how come that piece of paper's up there? It shouldn't have been up
Now,
there.
these papers are they for a special project?
Yeah, I'm making another oh, my happy book, my happy mail book.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in a I'm gonna make another one like that, only a
Oh,
little bit
okay.
different. This one's gonna have pockets and stuff.
That
Joan, you're
sounds
very
good.
welcome. I'm glad it made your day. Yeah, I think I have another cover. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to jelly plate a cover or do something different for the cover. I don't know. Hmm. I need to jelly plate some more collage papers because I haven't done that in a while. So I'm kind of getting low. But, that's just the way it is. Lisa gets to sewing and she forgets to talk to me.
I'm sorry. My brain's trying to think.
it's not the sewing, it's the thinking that's causing the problem.
Yeah, it's the thinking that's the problem.
I see. Well, I do understand that just because. And Mary's gone, but this particular piece of wallpaper does not have a very dense design. The thickness of the texture is not very very thick. It's pretty thin, and it picks up pretty good. It also makes some fun lines when you are using it like what do you call that? When you're using it like
a stamp?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
When you're using it like a stamp, it makes some cool stuff. Okay,
I'm
I
just
need a
happy
little
my brain can
more.
come up with that word.
I'm glad too because mine was not. Okay. Mina's here. Hello, Mina.
Hi, Mina.
Mindy said it did seem like you were thinking. You know, for us
Thank you.
old people, us
at
old,
least, at least it looked like I was thinking, um, even if the thinking was having a hard time happening.
Joyce, I hope that it wasn't too bad. Okay, yep. See, I fixed They still got a little. I don't know. So I need something right there. We'll see. We had one Sunday night somewhere around here. Um, wasn't bad enough that they sent out any sirens or anything.
Okay, this is finished.
Yes. Okay, you need to make yourself big and show it to everybody. And
Okay,
this one, it's got some cool stuff, but when it doesn't have an underlayer, that wallpaper is not very exciting.
yeah. Well, you make that an underlayer.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Okay,
You'll just,
here it is. Now it looks bluer on screen than it really is. It's really greener than this, but just so you know. There we go. Now I've got to decide, do I want to sew it to the end of this one so that it just rolls right, you know?
I would just tack stitch it real loosely
Yeah.
so that it stays on your cake, and that's what I would do. But that's up to you, because
Okay. Well, I just have a little bit of thread left, so that's what that's what I'll do.
Okay, well, there you go. That answered that.
Yeah.
The little bit of thread is what makes a difference. Just run my fingers all in that mess.
Come on.
Hi, Deborah. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're here.
Hi, Deborah. It's good to see you.
Oh, that one's pretty.
Oh, hold on a second. I forgot I'm still over here.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep.
Yep. She's happy.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love that orangey stuff behind it.
Yep. When you start getting the layers, that's what makes it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to quickly show the whole thing again.
Okay. Yeah, well, you need to get big to show the
No,
whole
I
thing.
don't. It's fine. I can just show
Yeah.
little bits at a
Okay.
time.
All right. I
This
love
way
how
it's
the pink is
revealed
going
a
to
little
go.
bit at a time.
I love how the pink is going to go into the turquoise, though.
Yeah, I do too.
Mm-hmm. It'll be like one of those yarn cakes you can get in the store.
Yeah. There it is.
All
It's about,
pretty.
yep. Now let's see what size our cake is. And I did it before 4:30.
Yeah. Well, now you can put a couple more pages in your little book.
Yeah, I can do that.
Unless you're ready to quit, huh? I'm just teasing. And go get one of those muffins that your child's been working with.
I'll go get one of those muffins.
You're making me hungry.
Okay, I'm going to set it down and let it.
Okay.
Alrighty, there you go. There's a snippet cake.
Oh, that is so cool.
I need something to keep it shut. Let me check. I think there may have been something in here.
Like a bulb pin or something?
Like a what?
A bulb pin?
Well, there's this little pin.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Yep, there you go. That's it. Terry says she needs to set aside some money for the next auction because she wants that cake.
Well, I would love for you to get it, Terry. There. Now it's pinned together with that little pin, so it's stay in the cake form.
I think it's gorgeous.
So I'm very happy with it.
Ew, that little spot's pretty.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
We'll see what the rest looks like. And okay, so that is my stamp off paper on the edge of it. Oh. Yep, that's really pretty. So we got a whole one. Let's see what happened. And it had the green underneath it. Oh, that's... It had the green layer that I didn't particularly like underneath it.
Yeah.
But now it's pretty.
It looks good now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Joyce wants a slice.
Ooh. I can agree with that one because I think that's pretty.
Now I got to find.
Terry says her snippets never look that good, and Janet said that looks really yummy, Lisa.
Well, thank y'all. I'm real happy with it. It's I think I'm more pleased with it than anything I've sent in yet.
Okay, we're going to play with this piece because this piece is my, and even I wish I had a whole roll of this because this is gorgeous.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
But this
Joyce, I used just a strip of fabric for my base. Let me show, and then I put a strip of lace on top of it so that the base is 2 layers, and then a little bit of ribbon, and then I added the snippets on top of that. But let me find something similar. Okay, this is something similar to what I used. It's just a piece of cotton fabric. And then if I can find it. This isn't it, but just so you can see. Then I glued a piece of lace on top of that. And then this isn't ribbon, but we're going to pretend it's ribbon. Then I glued some ribbon on top of that, and that was my base. And then I made the little snippets and sewed them in one at a time. So that's how I did it. Oh, I love those colors.
Isn't it pretty? But you
Yes.
should see what just happened on this, but I can't show you because I got to finish on the plate or the plate will get dry.
Okay, you can show me in a minute, though.
I will show you in a minute. I set it aside. I didn't lay it down. I just set it aside.
Okay, good.
Well, I'm trying to make sure I get my plate. Oops, I slid that. That's all right. Because I want to put it on this.
Yeah. Get as much of it on there as you can.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. And then I have
Oh, yay, Deborah. She made a jelly plate.
Yay.
I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Janet said she loves clusters. They look so pretty, and I agree with you. I think they're just gorgeous.
This really is a cluster cake instead of a snippet cake.
Yes, it is really, but that's okay.
What it really is.
Okay. All right. Ooh, yep. Okay. So that's just a little chunk.
It's pretty, though. Very, very pretty.
Come on now. You got to come off there.
Yeah, you're not allowed to tear.
The security envelopes are pretty strong. And there was some blue on the bottom of it. Ooh, just.
That is yummy, yummy, yummy.
And with the security envelope under it, that just came out so pretty. Okay.
It did. I'm going to have to get me out some security envelopes and jelly plate on them. That's one thing I've never used on the jelly plate, is security envelopes, but I need to do it.
But look what happened when I just when you print off with that particular piece of wallpaper, it prints off really cool. So that just kind of finished that particular piece out.
Okay, Terry, I'm going to give you my interpretation of that. And I'm going to do it real quick by pretending, well, we'll use this a little bit here. Okay, pretending we're making a snippet roll. What a snippet roll is really is a bunch where you just go in and you put a bunch of things down, and then you sew over them, sew them down, and like that. Okay, let me bring it in a little closer so you can see.
Well, and then
you go back and you add in, you know, some little pieces, maybe on top of that. So that it's really continuous. It's not in clusters like I did. But if you do this, you either need to glue it or you need to lay them down with a little bit of glue and then sew it on a sewing machine. If you sew this by hand, unless you have a lot better hand sewing stitches than I have, you're not going to end up with something that's as stable. So you could do that, and then you could come back and you could add in your buttons and your And to me, that's the difference between this is more like a snippet roll than what I did. I just sewed clusters onto my snippet roll, but and it's a snippet roll because then you can cut it up and use it. That's why it's called a snippet roll, but it's also made of snippets. So there's um anyway, most of them are made more like this than like the way I did it. Kind of a continuous pile of stuff on top of each other. So I guess mine really is a cluster roll and not a snippet roll, except you still snip it and use it. So anyway, hopefully that helps. Okay, I am going to let you be big and while you do another print or two, and then
Okay.
we're going to say goodbye.
Okay, that sounds like a deal. I'll probably just pull this last one and then be ready to go because once again this chair's bothering me. I didn't think to get a what you call it oh dear, a something to sit on. A cushion, thank you. A cushion. Yeah, I didn't think to get a cushion. So
You know how once in a while you get rid of something
uh-huh.
because you're not using it and you think I will never use that.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I just realized I got rid of a perfect tin that would have fit this snippet roll thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But when I was taking stuff to the thrift store, I decided I wasn't using it and I got rid of it.
No, I
And
can't
now
tell
the only ones I
you.
have are too big.
Yeah, I can't tell you what I got rid of when we came from South Dakota. Okay, so first, this had a couple of different things on it, and then I printed the wallpaper onto it. And other than the fact that I don't like that because it doesn't have anything on it, it's pretty good. I'll probably just put some paint on there. But I I really like how it came out. And it's, not a big, it wasn't big and fancy or anything. Okay, then let's see this one. Ooh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that
It's
cleaned
not
your,
as yeah, I cleaned my plate.
cleaned your plate.
It's not as pretty as the red one was. It kind of leaves something to be desired.
I wonder if it's because it doesn't have as many colors in it.
Probably.
I mean, didn't the red one have some other colors behind it?
Yes, and there was some blue left on the plate.
Yeah.
And because the two pinks I used mixed together and kind of made one color, where the red, I put red and yellow, which were high contrast.
Right.
And therefore they were prettier. And the other thing is that, see, this is really pretty right there.
Yeah.
On the white, but the security envelope behind it is too distracting.
Right.
It's okay
so
right
if it
there.
had another layer of a little something on top of that,
yeah,
it would be less distracting.
Right. So, it's just all about,
And it's a different
layers.
print too on your security envelope.
Yes, it is. And so therefore it looks different and it's darker. So
yeah, that's
now
true.
I will tell you, printing on these envelopes, these little pieces have a bad habit of coming up.
Yeah.
I'll have to go in and glue them down.
But you can, and that's what's good.
Yeah. These also come apart.
This is what I use to glue my bottom layers together. I just use the art glitter glue and let them dry, and then I move on. A lot of people make their whole snippet roll with a glue gun.
Oh.
I've seen people do that. But the glue gun glue is really bulky and gloppy. To me, it's not. This, you can't hardly even feel that there's any glue in it. You can feel it's a little, the fabric stiffer, but it doesn't, you don't feel glops of glue like you would with a glue gun. But this works really well. That's what I use.
Thank you, Deborah.
Could probably use any PVA glue. Or you could use Fabri-Tac. A lot of people would have used this, but it smells strong and gives me a headache, so I don't use it very often.
Yeah, T, that's what you just said. Fabri-Tac would have probably worked.
I think the thing about Fabri-Tac is it takes longer to dry, I
Yeah.
think, than the art glitter glue does. So you would need to do your base and let it set for several hours rather than 20 minutes or something.
Yeah. The
'Cause
other
while
thing is I don't like glue guns because so much of the time glue does not stay stuck.
that's true. You can peel it right off.
All you have to do is bend it a little bit and it's done. So
Okay. I was thinking about doing a couple more pages in this, but I see it's time to get off.
yeah, I think so. And
But
you
I am
need to
going to show y'all the pages that I've got in here. This is just coffee dyed paper. And this is a doily, a square doily.
I thought the
It's
doily is
folded, so it
beautiful
looks
in
like
there.
that on the back. And this is coffee dyed graph paper.
Excuse me, just a minute. Let me answer T's
Yeah,
question.
go ahead.
No, Michaels does not carry art glitter glue, but you can get it on Amazon. And I'll bet, Lisa, did you put any links down below in your description?
No, I haven't been able to figure out how to do that with Amazon yet, and so I haven't bothered to put links.
Okay. T, if you'll check, I'm trying to think check the last few of my videos. There should be an art glitter glue link in the descriptions. If not, send me a message and I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I got mine on Amazon. Well, I shouldn't say that. I got this bottle here local, but I can't. She will only let you come in the store now if you're attending one of her crops. So needless to say, she just lost my business. And then I ordered this one. This is a refill bottle. Lisa turned me on to where you can get the refills, and ordered that from Amazon. So
Yeah, that's how I do it too. That's why my bottle looks so yucky. It's because I just refill it all the time.
wow, that works, doesn't it?
It does, and it's cheaper that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, so this is something I'm going to be working
You
on.
hadn't quite finished. I'm sorry, I interrupted to answer
No,
her
that's
question.
okay. I just went ahead and flipped through it. It's not that big a deal. I was just showing the different papers I put in so far.
Okay.
And then there was music paper, but and the coffee dyed paper. So that's it.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to finishing up this, and I may do it on some videos.
Okay. Couple of things, guys. We'll be on my channel next Tuesday at noon Central. Are we going to do Thursday too, Lisa? Because I think it's going to take me till Thursday to finish my book. Okay, so we'll be Tuesday and Thursday, and we're going to do like we've done the last 2 weeks, where on Tuesday we'll be on at noon, but on Thursday we'll be on at 1, because it just gives us a little bit more time to have lunch and do stuff. Thank you, Janet. Put in a link. There we go.
Thank you, Janet.
Don't forget Lisa's stream Monday night at 7, and my stream Sunday at noon. And those are all Central times, guys. We're both Central time.
Yeah.
Mary is supposed to stream tomorrow night, guys. Mary's had a really rough week, so.
Oh no, it's just the morning ones that she's not doing this week.
Right. So she said she would stream tomorrow night, but if she's not on, understand she's had a rough week. So.
Yeah.
I can't think. Becky, are you still here? Are you going to stream? No, last night was when she was going to stream. So I don't know if she's going to stream. I don't know if she's going to stream tonight or not, because sometimes she does.
Sometimes Beth usually streams on Thursday nights too.
Okay. All right.
Beth Schuler.
Okay. Okay, guys.
All righty. This was fun.
Yes, it was. And I accomplished a bunch of stuff. I didn't get my pages painted, but I accomplished a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, and I got the thing I needed to really get done, and then worked a little bit on something else. So that makes me happy.
Yay! I like this piece of paper. It's yummy.
It is yummy, yummy, yummy.
It's gonna make a pretty book.
I think so. I do. I do. Are you making this one the same size as the last one?
Probably. Probably. I used a extra large folder. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
I'll go get it.
Okay, I'm gonna make you big so that you
Okay.
can show us. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go.
I can't lay it down though because I got my jelly plate laid right there. But I used a legal size file folder. Am I as far out as I can go? Just a minute. Let me check. Yep, I am. Okay. I used a legal size file folder,
Oh, that's lovely.
and this is just the regular file folder width, but I put a 1/2 inch fold in the spine, so the back cover is a little longer than the front cover. Just the way
Oh,
it is. It doesn't bother me.
no,
And
it wouldn't me
then
either.
I folded up because this is a legal size file folder. You can just fold up one end of it and make a big pocket.
Yeah, that's nice.
And of course, then it has a big pocket in the back too, which nothing is in. And I doodled and hand painted on the outside. I didn't on the inside because even though I had jelly plated it, you aren't going to see as much of it. So I didn't
Yeah.
doodle as much. But and see, this is the now this on this one. Let me find some pages I haven't put stuff in. On this one, I had some jelly plated papers. I had some papers that were that I used
Watercolor?
no, they're not watercolor. They're watered down acrylics.
Yeah.
I had squashed them. I had done squash painting.
Right.
And some jelly plating, some squash papers, and I didn't make them as pretty, partially because I knew what I was going to use it for. So
Right.
it was not as important. This other one I'm going to do something different with. And but see, that's just squash paper and then a little bit of jelly plate, I think, stamp off stuff on it. So they're all junk mail envelopes. These, I used a bunch of the small ones. I did not, on this next one, I'm not using these little tiny ones. But I did do a video on this, on making it. So
Yeah.
there's a video on how I put it together.
Cool.
So, and it's got
I
the
think
holes
I've
in
actually
it.
watched that video now that I think about it.
I'm sure you have. See, and these aren't as pretty as some of the ones I'm painting this time.
But it's a good way to use them because you're covering them mostly up anyway.
Oh yeah, you cover them for the most part. You cover them up. I'm covering them more. I'm putting more paint on these than I did on this one.
Yeah.
So, but it's already getting fat, which I like. It's nice and chunky.
Yeah.
So,
All righty.
okay, guys. I hope you all have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. God bless you. Have a great day.
Stay safe. Stay well.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.